All right. Hello, hello. Welcome to our very first, um, totally not official in any way, shape, or form, Heart of Daggers community stream. I'm Nico DeGaio, and I'm going to be taking care of y'all today. Hi, I'm the dungeon master, the game master, the narrator, the director. I don't really care what game you play. The point is, I'm God. Um, I'm a Oh God, the stream is playing in my ears. There's like a 30-second delay, and I was like, "Who the hell is?" I just
Who's
called
talking?
myself a god. Like, do not talk over me. Okay, it was me. I was talking over me. Anyway, okay, hi. I'm Nico DeGaio, and I'm a professional actor, voice actor, comedian. I used to be a comedy rapper named Nikolicious. I'm also a burlesque performer. So it's like taking your clothes off, like stripping, but it's technically not because I don't get naked, and I have so many more sparkles and rhinestones. However, none of these other people are burlesque performers to my knowledge, and they are all going to be our party for today. So, by the way, and if you guys have a bunch of other projects, we'll make sure to plug the full stuff of the project so people can know where to find you, what your socials are. Like I'm not going to talk about like my other streams or anything right now. For now, let's just go ahead and introduce who we are and give the audience like a visual, just a clear like snapshot of what your character looks like. We can get into who your character is later or discover through play. We will start with because I know they're juggling a lot. Jay, we're going to do you last
Thank
as a
God.
favor and a kindness. Um, but we're going to start with stories by Alan. By the way, Alan, do me a solid. Can you just like squeak, 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 squeak on your camera? You got that like white guy glow. You know what I mean? When there's like a little bit of oil on the lens. Okay, cool.
Is
It
that better?
no, it looks exactly the same. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Um,
Maybe try with a bit of
I don't know.
fabric to polish.
yeah, if you a
I think
cloth
it's
or a
the
tissue
light.
or
Hang
something.
on. Nope, that doesn't.
That was his
Nope.
chosen filter for
Do you
the day.
have do you
Okay.
have like a Kleenex or something that you can wipe or a little piece of cloth?
I don't know if it's the
And
camera or if it's
okay,
me.
that actually helped. That actually helped.
Okay,
That's a little bit clearer. Um, okay,
fair enough.
it's one of those little things that you might as well get it done at the top because then it makes so much of a difference throughout the whole rest of the stream. You know what I mean? So, Alan, please take it away. Who are you? Where are you going? Why do we park in a driveway? And show us what your character looks like in your mind's eye.
Okay, I'm Alan. I'm playing Naz. She is an Infernice. She has lilac skin, like purple lilac skin. Even actually, no, wait, sorry. She has lilac hair, indigo skin. There we go. Um, pinkish eyes. Her horns actually start at her brow and curve backwards and then up, along with her hair. They're bedazzled with silver chains and jewels. She has a side shave.
Mm-hmm.
And she wears kind of like flowy clothes, purple tones, purple and white tones. Nothing too tight. Somewhat of a like skirt, but it's not really a skirt. There's like pants, but it opens in the back, so she can move fast in an agile way if she's in trouble. Very high boots, knee high boots. I think that's pretty much it.
Nice. One of the things I'd like to do, so that I'm not doing it over people talking, is I'm going to start playing some music. By the way, hi everybody, letting you all know we have music and sound effects today. They are through Describe's Opus. And I'm pretty sure I've been told that as long as I give them props and credits for that's where it came from, Michael Gelfi Music, et cetera, we are good. And we'll make sure if that's not already in the description, we'll give music and sound credits to Describe or Opus by Describe or something. And we'll let Jay do that when they have the time because again, you can't see it, but mentally they're juggling chainsaws. So I'm gonna hit play on the music, and then we're gonna go ahead and balance the music really quick. All right. This is both a question for the stream, but also for the people in the call. How is the volume at this level?
Wonderful.
Yeah?
It's pretty
Okay.
good.
Okay. I have some friends with different levels of like auditory processing, this is and that's. So for some people, its existence is just bad. But for some people, that's why I want to make sure I'm not going too crazy with it. All right. And on that note, let's move on to Azu the Bard.
Yes, hello. My character today is Tadpole, a ribbit seraph. And he's a tiny guy. Over here in Europe, we say 1 meter high, not the feet. I don't know what the transition is. If someone knows, please help me out. That would be your chance. Anyways, I will continue. So he's standing 1 meter high. He's a tiny ribbit, as I said. Green skin, fairly normal for this. He doesn't have sticky skin anymore because in his transformation to his seraph being, his skin hardened. And he also grew some wings, some beautiful heron wings, which are reminiscence of his god. But we might get there eventually. And so beautiful large wings. He's wearing full plate armor, and in honor of his god, he is also wearing, or his full plate is built in a heron in it as well. On his shield, there's also a huge heron symbol or insignia. So he's going full with the vibe. And he has blue eyes, quite bright, and a large smile. And yeah, that's Tadpole for you.
Blue eyes, large smile, love it. Sounds like a cutie. Sounds like somebody that I'd be like, oh, I want to be friends with them. All right, that's excellent. And sorry, say that again?
You can try being friends with him.
I can try. As he's like, buy a frog a drink first. And now we're going to move on to Queen Red is what I have you on here as. I don't know what you publicly want to be known as, so I'm going to let you introduce your name. Redhead is fine. Okay.
You may refer to me as the Queen, or Redhead, either one. Hi, I'm Steph. I will be playing Winifred today, or Winnie, to this motley crew. She is a fairy, a druid, and she has silver hair, sort of braided and plaited, really big bug eyes that sort of shift and change with her mood and colour. Cute little antennae sticking out, sort of reading everything around her all the time. Wearing traditional sort of earthen leather gear with a little turtle shell as a shield strapped to her arm. And yeah, she's ready to kick ass or party or do whatever adventurers do. Let's get it.
Oh yeah.
I like how the words you said were so exciting and intense, but the tone with which you said them were so sheepish and gentle. Yeah, she's ready to fucking kick ass and just take names and party. And that is
Where do you hear her for real?
Yeah, I was like, Redhead, your Queen, your party voice is I want to see you party. But that's me being so much of a director where I'm telling people what to do. You guys be who you want to be, how you want to be it. Just know you're live. So if you fart on stream, by the way, people will hear it and they will know. And that's one disclaimer I want to make. Jaybird, would you please introduce yourself?
Absolutely. I am Jaybird. Oh, you can just call me Jay. That's fine. And I'm going to be playing Oslo Vinarex, a.k.a. Oslo, a.k.a. Ozzy or Oz. I put Oz because it's the shortest. They are a Dracona Guardian, this kind of not quite like barbarian-esque, but definitely like thinks of themselves as like bastard prince of the wilderness. Has these kind of tattered rags and things showing off their big muscles. Oh, my mic is only on left channel. That might be a later issue. But that would be hilarious for the rest of the stream, though.
See, and by the way, everybody, I want you to know that exactly what's happening to Jay, where they're suddenly splitting their attention between like running the stream and then just speaking. That is exactly why I said, hey, everyone, creative boundary that I have is I will do a spot check and see what color the inside of my brains are against a brick wall if I'm made to do this while I am streaming, which is
am I
why we
am I
have.
mono audio. It looks like I'm mono audio now. Are we good?
You were mono audio for me, so it just depends on what your
I
mic
think
was
it's just
coming
an
through as.
OBS thing. I can see it on the channel now. It should be good.
Oh, BS. Got
yeah,
it.
It's a bunch of OBS. Sick. I don't want to only be whispering my sweet nothings in your left ear. Yeah, big buff Dracona. I think there's a little bit of like maybe like some permafrost kind of right around the jaw, because they have that kind of ice breath that they are constantly eschewing out. Tattered rags, great big battle axe. Looks like they have just, ready to stand up and fight at any given moment.
Nice. And so I have to. This is a training for me as part of this whole thing. Is I'm going to start counting how often I say before I say actual words and sentences. This is my little training here. I will say, I want everyone to ask as many questions as they need to. That's a big thing for this stream. Is Daggerheart's a pretty new game, and there's a lot of people who genuinely, somebody joined my server and I posted my one-page rules for Daggerheart. They thought that Daggerheart, and I quote, "Wait, is Daggerheart different from D&D?" Yes, it's like not completely different. It's definitely in the realm of, by the way, TTRPG, tabletop role-playing games, a whole genre of games like Super Mario is a video game. If you have your mom who would say like, "Why are you always playing Super Marios and stuff?" and they were talking about like Halo 3, that's what it is when people call like all TTRPGs D&D. They're similar, but they're different. So today we are playing a tabletop role-playing game called Daggerheart, and it's actually a lot simpler. That was one. So actually a lot simpler than D&D, which opens itself up for more storytelling stuff, which is why I love to use it for streams. And without further ado, here we go. First rules question. Can anybody tell me, when you start when you start an adventure, how much fear does the GM have? Ooh, Alan.
It would be the number of the party plus 2.
The number of the party plus 2. So what I would do is on my handy dandy Fear Abacus, printed by Empyreon 3D, friends of mine, and it's even got the logo for Daggerheart right here, which, by the way, if you didn't realize, the logo for Daggerheart is a dagger on fire, and the fire is in the shape of a heart. So what I would do is 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 2. Fortunately, I don't need a calculator to add the number 2. Some people do, and that's okay. Fortunately, I don't. I slipped by I Indiana Jones past that set of genes. So that was 2.
But Pico, tell us, with how much hope do we start?
Everybody will start their session, or their very first session, I should say, with 2 hope. So go ahead and mark your 2 hope on your character sheet. Now, different people play different ways. I'm a sucker for a paper character sheet. I just played a game I'd never played before, and I made a paper character sheet because I love what I like to call fiddly bits. I love them so freaking much. I love touching things and having tactile sensations. And I don't need as I mentioned before, the highest stat when you make a character is like +2, so I don't really need the +2 on the dice roller calculator for me. But not everyone can. And I'm being genuine. I'm not even trying to poke fun. So, our players are going to be using digital character sheets by Heart of Daggers. Give it up for Heart of Daggers, everybody. That is the community Discord that we found ourselves on. Yep, Heart of Daggers. It's a fantastic platform. D&D Beyond could never. And I know they're trying to. They're trying very hard to, but they have accomplished, in a span of months, what D&D Beyond has not managed to do in, 8 years. So Matt is, they're in charge of Heart of Daggers. They essentially live off of what I assume is caffeine and cocaine. So, because it'll be like 4 in the morning their time, and somebody will be like, I have a platform issue, and they go, updated, fixed. And you're like, what? That was fast. which is why we love this guy so much. And now, I think we have our introductions out of the way. We've told each other what our names are. We have, I believe, on the bottom here, we have our character name is the first thing, followed by, and the character pronouns, followed by the name of what it is we are doing. Like I have GM there, and then they have their actual names along with pronouns. And then next to that, we're going to have our social media handles. So if you want to see, I don't know, my cheeks running around in dental floss, you can go to my social media handle that's down there. And what else do we have to do before we get started? We got our hope, we got our fear. I think the next step is we begin the adventure, everybody.
Let's go.
I'm now
I have
going
a quick
to
idea, though.
Yeah, please.
Can't wait.
I think we should do a shot every time you say I mean,
God.
what could possibly go wrong?
I'll be right back.
Has anybody ever wanted to see
Answers.
somebody die on a live stream?
As you were, God, sorry.
No. I actually, when I'm hosting burlesque shows, I started to make a joke about how I have a job because I'd get all sidetracked and distracted because it's at night when my ADHD medication wears off. And oh shit, I have to take that in 2 minutes. And then I realized I say it really, really often. So what I'm going to do is remind everyone that it is totally normal and healthy to need medication to compensate for your brain chemicals. And I'm going to take my Vyvanse because I will not have the capacity to run this game if I don't.
Exactly. Listen to what Nico is saying. Take your meds, kids.
I kind of want to know what it looks like when he doesn't take it. They don't take the meds, though.
And for those of you
I'm such a
Chaos
watching from home, if you do want to do the take a shot every time Nico or any of us says challenge, just know that if you follow us along the entire way, you probably should be on medication, and we hope you're doing well.
And don't drink and drive.
Drink responsibly, people.
Yeah,
Anyone else using Heart of Daggers, by the way?
I am. I've got it next to the stream
course.
overlay.
Nice.
Yeah, I was. Y'all sent your Heart of Daggers links like one after another in the same thread. You guys, in fact, you're welcome to, if you're trying to like plan tag team attacks and stuff. And this is another thing. Before we get started, I did it again. Before we get started, is
Drink.
unlike D&D, where everyone is like the main character of their own story, and they couldn't give two flying Fs about any other party member or what they're doing as they're playing the game. And there's my med alarm to take my meds. In Daggerheart, I did it again. Besides just caring about your other player characters when you pick your class, so you don't have the same class, you start off with not 50 different spells that all kind of do different flavors of the same thing, but a handful of abilities that are all each very, very impactful. But to avoid redundancy, I always say don't just give a shit about the other characters as far as your class. It's always really, really good to come up with your backstory together. I really highly encourage people to use the connection questions that are on the second page of the character sheets, as well as looking at the abilities that you choose together, trying to make it so that your character can do something that everyone else cannot. At some point, you level up and you have way more spells and abilities than before, and at that point, it doesn't really matter because you can swap them out. But at the beginning, that's my little tip for new players. And Reddit will tell you that's not possible. But this happened in this party. They're excellent people, and most people are excellent people. Reddit's not a good sample. Here we go. I've just antagonized everyone who came from Reddit, if they do. All right.
Let's go.
Turn that down.
Rocks fall. Everyone dies.
Strap in, folks.
All right, does everyone hear the sound of like crunchy gravel as you walk through the cavern? You all have been doing generic adventure stuff. In fact, what brings you to the town where you first got tipped off about this adventure? What was it? What was the last adventure you were on as a group? Because you're all level 2, right? So how did you get from level 1 to level 2 together? And by the way, everyone, this is what we call improvised roleplay, where you make stuff up and the answers don't actually matter, but they're fun.
All right,
Take it
let
away,
me
folks.
let me throw something into the ring. If you're right, Queen.
I'm all ears.
Absolutely.
All right. So, I mean, our friends know the audience not yet, that Oslo and I, Tadpole, we have a little fight going on, and we like to throw ourselves into danger just to see who can save our asses the best. So I only assume that there was a brawl going on, like a tournament in the city, where they mentioned the biggest and baddest fighters are coming to town just for this, to brawl it out. And I think we just wanted to participate, and that's probably how we went to level 2. Or what do you think, guys?
Well, I mean, if you if you and Oz were fighting in like a tournament, then perhaps, I mean, Red, you can jump in on this or not, but like perhaps you and I were potentially coming off of one of our adventures, and then we heard the tournament and saw the tournament, and then that's how like the two of us crossed paths with the other two.
Ooh, I have an idea too that I'd like to throw into the mix. By the way people are coming up with ideas and then adding on to them, this is what we call it improv, yes and, where we build things together rather than saying no and then say, I don't like that idea, that's bad. You can tweak ideas. There's nothing wrong with that sometimes. But for the sake of teaching people how improv works, because I'm going to do a little bit of that today, yes and. And the yes and I'd like to throw in there is, what if you two had just been on an adventure and it's the one that took you from being regular schmucks to level 1 people and you barely survived and you said, wow, we really need some meat shields. And then you saw this tournament and it was just two buff dudes going, yeah, hit me. And they were like slap fighting, you know, they were just like, bah! And
I'm like a
I can
shield
take it
made
harder.
of meat.
Yes. And then so they're just beating the shit out of each other. And as you guys like walk into the tournament, like maybe we can find some meat shields there. And you see them slap fighting or whatever. And by the way, slap fighting is not this. Slap fighting is like they hit each other like bricks. It's insane. If you've never watched a video, yeah, no, they like throw their whole body into it. And you just see these two dudes and you're like, these guys.
We did have a little catch up just before and discussed pretty much what you said. These two doofuses in the street were kind of squaring off to one another, and we were like, oh, they're cute, we'll take them. It's so weird that you said. Essentially, that's the way it kind of happened for us, I think.
Good.
And I also think Naz and I possibly would have maybe watched a fight or two, but also, where's the vibe at? Where's the party at? We would have been skirting off somewhere, getting a mani and a pedi, having a few drinks, and then watching
That's great.
these guys fight.
I would have like
So-
Naz would have like a pint and then like a little straw for Winnie to sip from.
That in this fantasy world, 100% that works. But I will say, back when I used to drink, I will tell you what I've discovered is trying to drink beer with a straw for some reason does not work, and I don't know why. It becomes like weirdly super frothy
Physics.
in the straw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
scary.
It's just scary. But I will say, I love that. It means that you guys went ahead and just followed what felt natural when you guys were coming up with your little backstories together. I say little, I don't mean to demean them. I mean, like, you know, we're trying to keep it compact because in Daggerheart, one of the reasons why we really like the background questions, if you're a GM, is you suddenly don't have 12 pages of homework from somebody who thinks that their character is the only character you have to think about. I appreciate that so much, but that's just me. I'm just like that. I also run 7 campaigns simultaneously, so otherwise it's a little overboard for me. But we're going to go ahead and say you guys found each other that way. You were smacking the shit out of each other. The slap fighting thing was more for flavor. You don't have to say that. But you two, our spellcasters, say, wow, yeah, we could really use some beefy dudes. And then you come across Tadpole and Oslo, which I'll call them Oz or Oslo for short. At which point, you're all getting a drink, and it's like, what's our next adventure? And then someone burst through the tavern and was like, help! The gnolls! The gnolls on the local trade route! There's shenaniganizing in an evil way. And so you said, whoa, adventure calls, let's go. And you pick up the phone and you answer the adventure. You have been following various rumors and tips and investigations that we are going to skip past because we're jumping into the action here. But you have found that there are basically two divisions of gnolls. There are tribes and there are clans. The tribes tend to be a bit more civilized. The clans tend to be a bit less civilized. They're very intense, and they seem to have some stuff going on that seems to be kind of bad, and they've been messing with the tribe gnolls. So you've gone in to investigate, and you heard that they have recently made a bit of a den out of the tribe gnolls' burrow. So what you hear, the sound of the feet, this is the party, everybody. As you can close your eyes and imagine this. They're in a cavern that is lit by these sort of ramshackle sconces. They do have a little bit of a motif. You see some of them are made with like bones, some of them are made with pieces of driftwood that have been found and stabbed into the walls, and each one holds some form of flame. Do we want to say that they're magical flame, or do we want to imagine that they're just regular? Like, what do we think? What do we think lights this cavern, this cave?
I think regular torches for now.
Regular torches for now, and it can get weird later. It can
Yes.
get weird
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's
filled
see.
it up.
I was gonna say perhaps Naz uses her arcane sense at some point to see if the torches are still the same or off. You know, if there's something magical about them.
You know what? When you reach out your hand and you start trying to sense if there's something arcane, you notice there's actually no heat coming from these.
Curious.
For whatever
Nas,
reason.
be
you don't know
careful.
why.
This could be hot.
It actually is not, Tad. It is quite cool.
Are you serious?
And then Tad, why don't you, if you'd like, you can investigate it for yourself.
Sure, I will jump in there. I will basically. You were tall, right, Nas?
I am, indeed. Do you need a
Alright.
little lift?
No, I just rush up your like. You feel probably like a really heavy weight now, like on your arm, like because like I'm full plate, huge shield, hollowed axe. Still a small ribbit, but anyways, I will go
Just
onto
heavy as
your
shit.
shoulder and like. I will brace the heat. Do you see, Oslo? And I hold my hand into the torch, right in there.
It immediately burns you.
Yes. Can I take a hit point?
I'm gonna have you take a stress,
That's
as whatever magical arcana seems to be protecting Alan's character. And you know what? Do me a favor. Can everyone on Discord, if you can right-click your video, and then have your character name, you can hit change nickname or per server profile. If you could add your character name, because I know I got Tadpole, aka Azu. I technically know that Jaybird is Oslo, but this will just make it easier for me to remember as we go forward. This is one of those top of the session things because it'll pay off later.
Might pop
Oh,
up
people
on
got
stream for-
rearranged.
Huh?
Oh god.
Oh god!
It alphabetized us.
happened.
Okay, it's okay. We'll give Jay a second.
Yeah. I'm
As
gonna
I-
change
as
my
I-
name as well here. This is gonna pop up for
Sure.
a second.
What we're gonna do is I'm just gonna keep running the game. Jay has ample time to reorganize that, so don't stress too much about it, Jay. So take a shot. So you touch it and you realize, oh my god, this is really, really hot. You take a stress. And stress, by the way, is kind of like HP in Daggerheart, except it's like mental health, right? And in the same way that you can take so much stress and mental weight that it actually starts to affect your physical health, if you max out on stress, you start taking HP damage instead, which is bad. You also become vulnerable, which means everyone has advantage against you, which is also very bad. So, you stick your hand in and it gets burned. And you realize, oh, this is not okay. So this is like, these are normal flames. This guy's just weird.
Nas,
you-
your thermal regulation is off, I'm afraid.
And can you
Why
get
on
off
earth
of me
are we-
now?
Oh, yeah, of course. I am rushing down.
Why are we trying to touch the fire? Are you okay? Oh, right. Let's.
They
also
are
wash our
full.
hands.
It is a simple solution to your question.
Let me help you, and I'll use wild touch and see if I can just quaff the flame out. Just
And immediately,
and then immediately
it's gone.
I take it.
So it
Am I
seems
gonna
like
have to put all the fires out for you guys.
as you continue walking, by the way, it gets extremely dark suddenly. And then you realize like half the party can't see. As you stumble through the cave and the cavern and you make your way further, we decide maybe we're not going to touch fire anymore and realize that some of this might have been a bit of a one-off situation. As we carry on, you start finding little dens, little caverns and caves and stuff. They have bedrolls and various items, but you also see that some of the things like furniture and stuff like that seem to be, and they're very simple furniture, right? But as you move along, you start seeing that some of them have scratches and nicks and dings and claw marks. You notice something has happened in this den. It seems like it's gone into a not a complete state of disrepair, but it's gotten a little. Would you like to investigate?
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Naz would wanna move closer just to see like what those scratches are, if there's more than just the scratches, maybe if there's, I don't know, if there's like blood or any tracks around those.
Beautiful. By the way, for my players, because this is my first time playing with a lot of these players, besides the fact that there's an international, it's called ping, but which my Australian friend taught me about, because there's like a 30-second delay between when one of us says something and the other responds. Besides the fact that there is simply a certain delay between when one person speaks and the next person speaks, that's going to happen. But I do want to know, with my newer players especially, I'll like prompt and give options and stuff, right? People who are more experienced, they don't need any kind of prompting. You tell them that there's something funky and immediately they're like, I have chosen to investigate. But sometimes they're like, something's funky.
They lick it.
Okay. Right, exactly. So how much guidance or prompting do you guys prefer or enjoy with your tabletop experiences?
I would mind not that much, but
Yeah, I was gonna say maybe like a little nudge, but like nothing over the top for me.
Gentle nudge works.
Yeah?
Yeah.
anyway,
Okay.
shall we make a group roll out of this if we all want to investigate?
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
let's do a group roll.
Very down.
So for those of you who are new to group roles, you choose one person to be the leader of the role, and then everybody else makes reaction rolls. I'll explain what those are in a second. But essentially, first I want you guys to pick who is the leader of this role.
Oh, Naz volunteered, I heard.
Yeah.
All right, Naz, I will let you make a instinct or knowledge roll to divine some information around here.
Okay.
What are you
Let's roll,
choosing?
baby.
We have to know.
Let's see. I'm gonna use an experience if that's okay.
You can, but I also want to know, are you using instinct or knowledge?
Oh, yeah, instinct. Sorry.
Instinct. Okay, because when everyone else makes their reaction rolls, it'll be that same stat. So before they do all that, let's go ahead and walk everyone through what an action roll is in this game. Instead of rolling a single d20, you roll 2 d12s. You have them in different colors, and you decide one is my hope die and one is my fear die. And when you roll the 2 d12s, you still add them up like you would any other set of dice. You also add your trait or your stat or whatever you want to call it. And then you say I rolled 12 with hope or fear. It's hope if the hope die was higher when you rolled the 2. It's fear if the fear die was higher when you rolled the 2. So you are also going to spend a hope that you have to use an experience, which is going to give them, what is it, a +1 or plus 2 or 3?
+2.
+2. So, tell us what you rolled.
Didn't roll yet. Hang on. So I'm using my experience, Surrender to the Dark.
Excellent.
And then I will... What is happening? There we go. And I will roll... Ooh, I got a 23 with hope.
Holy
Ooh.
shit.
Yes.
So
Overachiever.
once they make their roll, we're still going to have the rest of them do it anyway, even though you knocked it out of the park. But give yourself a hope because they rolled with hope. And then as a group roll, what happens is everyone makes a reaction roll, which is the same kind of roll. But they don't add hope or fear. It's just the number, the total, right? So go ahead and roll your 2d12s, add them up, and then add the trait. And we'll go through everyone. Raise your hand if you hit 14 or higher. Okay. So if somebody rolled under 14, that is a -1. So if it was a 23 with hope, it's now a 22 with hope. But because the other two did succeed, it goes up by 2 more. So it's a 24 with hope. So go ahead, and I think everyone gets a hope from a group roll, right? Is that true?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like everyone is sharing a roll.
Yeah.
I
Thank
could be
you.
wrong. If anyone wants to look it up, you're welcome to.
You're the GM.
Well, it benefits us,
I
so I
was
think we
actually
should do
trying
it.
to actually.
True.
For now, what we'll say is everyone gets hope, and then later people can correct me so that nobody loses the benefit of my mistake. But if anyone in the chat wants to correct me, please do. I also enjoy being corrected, especially for this, because I don't want to pass along stuff that's wrong, because then I'm propagating everyone being stupid, and I hate doing that. Here we go. So a success with hope. You gain practical intel about the Burrows Knolls. So here's what you find out. You see that at some point, this place was infiltrated and taken over by these clan gnolls. And, only the leader gets the hope. Well, in the future, that's what we're going to do. So you find out that this place has been ransacked by these clan gnolls. You find out that stuff got a little messed up, stuff got a little crazy, a little wild. And because I see them in the chat, I want to just give a shout out. This adventure was written, and I've largely changed it to make time, but this adventure was written by Etten Entertainment. It is called Blood and Brotherhood, and it is part of their Heartbeat serial magazine, and this one was about gnolls, so it contains all kinds of stat blocks for gnolls. It has like an ancestry thing if you want to choose a gnoll as your ancestry. It's also got a one-shot written in, which was great, as well as some maps that you can use if you want to run the one-shot. Moving on. They told me to rub them. I don't really know if they understood how we would all clock that in our brains. Yeah, I've rubbed, kayfabed, and Gallus. So, this place seems to have been conquered. It seems to have been taken over by these clan gnolls. Things got ugly. You see that there's actually, as you move one of the bedrolls over, you find that there are some dead gnolls, and their corpses, it seems like, have just been burst from the inside out. You notice that there's this sort of like, it's a little desiccated, and it's a lot like when certain creatures are born and then they like eat their way out of the host, so it just, and you see like all these bite marks and stuff. You also see that there is a trail of blood in one of the nicer chambers. It seems like whoever was in this chamber was very much in charge of this tribe. And you can tell based on the marks on the ground, they've been dragged somewhere.
Are there any corpses left? Sorry. Go ahead.
No, so good. Even though Winnie flies 99% of the time, in fact, she probably would still be fine at this point, but within millimeters of the ground, just sort of sniffing the blood trail and getting a read on the situation, seeing where it leads.
Okay. So why don't you make me an instinct roll? If that's what you're trying to do, if you're trying to investigate this blood.
Yeah. So that's a 16 with hope.
Okay. There is like a foul taint on some of these exploded corpses, but you don't sense that taint on. Was that with hope or fear? Sorry.
Hope.
Hope.
I'm not
But
giving
you
you
don't-
no fear.
So you smell this taint on these other corpses, but the blood here seems to be different. Not all, for better lack of terms, it's not all fucked up. And it seems like, based on what you see on the ground, really getting close to it, there was a bit of a scuffle. So whoever it is that was dragged, it was very forceful.
I think
Guys.
Naz looks at Winnie and she's like, "What do you think? This seems very violent."
There was definitely a struggle. The blood types are different. I think we follow the trail. See where it goes.
This is interesting. Do you think they need our help still?
My little pigeon. I definitely think.
Stop saying pigeon!
Well, you know, you've got the wings now, and it's just like.
These are not
You know how I am with
pigeon wings. How often do I have to tell you this?
They are canary or
okay.
dove. Peaceful bird. Let us go.
Oslo, wanna fight? I'm all ready. Nico, are there any corpses left?
Fighting.
Yeah, so when you look around, you do see that there are quite a few corpses, yes.
Fresh corpses that are not exploded yet?
No, they're all exploded yet.
But can I still talk to a fresh corpse, perhaps? Because I have a feature.
Final
words.
Okay, check this out,
Are you
everybody.
fishing?
Some GMs, they're not generous gods like I am. But if you're a cool GM, and raise your hand if we like cool GMs. If you're a cool GM and your player has some cool shit they want to do, you know what we do in my household is we indulge them. So, I'm going to say that there is a corpse that while it has been all messed up, the head is well enough intact that you could get some motion in the jaw.
Very good. But these are animals, right? So I don't know if I would speak their language, but we have a druid here. Do you want to tag up? Make a little tag team move out of it? Because you can talk, I can reanimate, you can talk. What do you think?
Yeah, you know what?
Definitely. I'm down.
I have 3 hope, I can
yeah.
initiate it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Do the thing.
Actually, I think that looking at Qatari, by the way, if you haven't seen the art in the book, it's gorgeous. The art for Qatari shows that there are people who are basically just anime nerd weeaboos with cat ears on and little tails clipped on, and then some of the Qatari look like essentially like therianthropic cat people, right? So I think that if we're gonna say that that kind of creature is a humanoid, like a sentient humanoid, I think that if you want, I will let you guys do it together, but to save you some hope and also to allow you to do the tag team role later, because I guarantee you're going to want that. Would you like to instead spend a hope to use the help an ally action? Doing the same thing narratively, but that way you get to keep 2 hope.
Winnie, are you helping me?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And then we'll postpone the tag team roll. Okay. All right, shall I quickly read what the feature is doing?
Yes, and really quick too, by the way, so the help an ally action means one person spends a hope. And what I like to do is, you're still going to make your spellcast roll, whoever it is that's making the thing, but I like to have the person who is doing the help an ally action roll the d6. So in their own way, they are still rolling this together. But yes, please go ahead and read the feature.
Coming on. It is called Final Words, Level 2 Splendor Domain. You can infuse a corpse with a moment of life to speak with it. Make a spellcast roll 13. On a success with hope, the corpse answers up to 3 questions. On a success with fear, only 1. And a little bit of more details, but this is not important right now. All right, I will make a spellcast roll. My spellcast trait is Strength, which I have a +3 in. This was all I needed. All right, I'm afraid I'm giving you some fear, my friend. I have a 14 with fear. But wait, there's more, right, Winnie? What do I add?
Plus 2.
Just 2. So
Plus
it's a
2.
I rolled a 2.
16 with fear.
So I have one question. Oh god, one question.
So you begin to, what does it look like as you begin to cast this, by the way?
Oh, I love it. I think I am plucking out a wing out of, a feather out of my wing. And like with my fingers, I am basically destroying the wing, and it just falls down as dust over the corpse. And I will make a quick prayer. Hear my words, and then lay my hands on the corpse.
And as you lay your hands over the corpse, it starts to, its eyes open, and its like
Sick.
head cocks back, and the jaws begin to like grind like a marionette or something, and then please continue narrating how this looks.
So he knows how this looks. He has done this before, so he's not surprised about this. Even though me as a player was shocked, but yeah, it's fine. All right, so tadpole. All right. In my brain, it's like one question. Don't ask if he knows Huron. Just one question.
As me peering over your shoulder, like,
Please tell me, who did this to you?
The clan gnolls. They slaughtered us as a sacrifice.
I'm so sorry, dude.
And then as the magic begins to fade, it's almost like they want to tell you more, and they begin to say what it is they're about to say, and their jaw clatters and then just goes slack as the corpse drops down.
Gotta practice this a bit more next time.
Shove the jaw back.
Did you say Winnie like goes into like tries to?
I'm like, no, like slapping the face. No, there was something. What were you saying?
The jaw just like and like comes off.
Oh, fuck.
If I knew how to do that, it would have gone much better.
Pardon me? Come down to my face and I show you what I think about that.
It is long journey. I don't know if I have time.
I think while all of that was happening, Naz would have probably been like taking steps further into like the tunnel, not too far from the party, but I think she would have been like trying to investigate a little further.
Hey, Naz, wait! I want the adventure too. I'll quickly run behind you.
And as you're walking through the tunnels, excuse me. As you're walking through the tunnels, you hear faintly in the background the sound of patrols. As some of these gnolls seem to be making their own way through the tunnels as well. So you guys try to stealth around and avoid some unnecessary confrontation. And the reason I'm telling them what they're doing right now isn't because I genuinely want to take away their agency. I'm well aware that I'm doing that. But narratively, we don't have time to fuck about with random encounters. But do know that the original version does have random encounters in this, and it's a great time.
You mean we can't just hang out in this cave for 3 hours? What the fuck?
Please don't. So as you move forward, you follow the trail of blood, and it seems to navigate you through this sort of like maze of tunnels until you finally start hearing the sound of these sort of chains as they jingle and move, and you hear this wheezing. By the way, does it matter how close I am to the microphone? I'm so used to when I'm on stage, I like it's called eating the mic, and I have my mouth right here.
Yeah,
Am I just fine like this?
Your levels are good
I
for
hate
yeah.
evasion.
I've got you balanced for not
Great.
eating the mic. I think I need to be eating the mic a
Excellent.
little bit more.
You sound, I mean, on my end, you sound great.
Same
So
here.
That's a totally different show, guys.
Right,
yeah,
sorry, my bad.
that's my other stream, everybody. That's the Caldera Chronicles, which I'll be doing on my OnlyFans, which is actually completely true. Moving on. Shameless self-plug, sorry. We'll do everyone's self-plugs during the break, though. So,
What are the chains?
you guys, yeah, you hear this wheezing. And you see that
someone
there
needs my help?
is- Yes, there's this elder. They're a gnoll, but they seem to have, because painted on the walls and in blood, right, is this insignia that doesn't seem to be the one that's already etched onto or drawn on a lot of the items that you've seen so far. It's that kind of, they went in there and put their calling card sort of serial killer bullshit, right? So this guy, though, seems to have the sort of color motifs of the original tribe gnolls. But let me ask you this, since we're deciding that they have the original motifs, what are these motifs? Are they feathers? Are they bones? And also, pick two colors.
Blue.
I think
Blue.
we have to go
Okay, we
with,
got a blue.
Orange.
with blood red, right?
Blue and red. Okay, well these are the nicer guys, just so you know if it matters. But we got blue, and we'll take blood red though. I'm thinking of a parrot. And what other kind of like objects or items do we see? Like feathers? Do we see bones? Do we see like pine
Like
cones?
chunky sort of neck wear with different bones that have been carved and
Lots of different claws from different animals. Just like
Yes.
plucked claws that are at the necklace.
And whatever Alan's about to say.
I wasn't sure if we were talking about like a symbol on the wall, or we were talking about like something that they're wearing. So
A little bit of everything, right? So it's kind of like the person who represents the place is going to have garb that is like a nod to or similar to, right? So if we say that the place is decked out in feather motifs and stuff, the guy is probably going to be wearing feathers, if that helps at all.
Not entirely. I was gonna say that if there was a sigil for the Good Clan, it would be almost like a paw of like a handprint of their hand, but not in a way that's like White Hand of Saruman. More gentle than that. Like more like we are tribe kind of a thing.
Right. So it's like a hand not painted by our background in pop culture, where hands are oftentimes bad. So we see this sort of like hand, and you said it was like a white. What color is the hand?
No, I said it's not like the White Hand of Saruman. It would be more, I think, like the blue, or more like the gradient between blue and red. So it's like a gradient in a way.
Actually, no. We'll go with gradient. I was gonna say what if, but you already you filled in that space. So we're gonna say it's this gradient. Their sigil is this gradient of like the tops, maybe the toe beans and stuff are that blue, and then in a way where unless you're a master artisan, right, you got that perfect fade, but it like kind of into the red of the palm and everything. And then yes, they have those chunky bits, some shells and some bones and stuff, as you guys were talking about, and little claws and things from past kills, and they look up at you. Oh, what are you doing here? You must run.
You are in danger. We are here to save you.
I will rush past you, Oslo, and rush really quickly to that guy who is in serious help. He needs help, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he does not look good.
Great. I want to do mending touch.
Ted Small, why
Okay.
don't you go ahead and lay on hands for me?
And you
It's my hand, not yours.
begin to lay your hands upon him and heal him. And you see that some of his wounds close up. By the way, Alan, you can just say things.
No, I was not raising my hand. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, I felt bad.
The sounds.
I have some I wasn't making up the number 7. I run 7 campaigns, and I do have some players who just don't feel comfortable. You know, they're like the person who even after college still raises their hand to ask to use the bathroom, you know, which is so valid, and I understand, and we were conditioned that way our whole lives. So again, I'm not poking fun, but I wanted to make sure you knew. Just go ahead and hop on in. Which, by the way, that's another little lesson on improv and working together is sometimes you are going to just talk over other people. And if you're a good person, what you do is you either, it's the equivalent of hurrying out of the elevator so someone else can get in, right? But in either case, whether you decide to stop talking or to finish your sentence and then make way, it's always great to go, oh shit, I talked over Alan, blah, blah, blah. By the way, Alan, I interrupted you. You were about to say something. It's not hard, and it takes like 2 seconds, and everyone still gets to speak their piece. Again, Reddit has said people will instead murder each other. So again, hop in on my soapbox to talk about how it turns out if your table is a bunch of decent people, this stuff just works. Moving on. So you heal him, and you, oh, thank you. Sorry, he's a gnoll, and I think he's got more teeth. Oh, thank you. I was captured by the clan gnolls. They came in. They killed so many of us, and they used us to spawn their kin.
That is not really
think
nice
if-
of them.
I think immediately Naz's gonna look at Winnie and she's going to go, Winnie, your rune ward. Now, protect yourself. And then she's gonna sort of stand at the ready in case anyone hops out. But at the same time, her left hand kind of like tremors, and she senses that within that panic, that's where her like arcane abilities might start fluctuating. So she's trying to not give in to that panic so that she doesn't lose control in this moment.
I just place my hand. You've got this. Breathe. And I'm also just holding my staff out ready if I do need to flick the switch on my rune ward.
Excellent.
Keep your eyes peeled. Everybody keep them peeled.
Excellent.
Got him
So,
healed.
as you peel your eyes, and we all reveal the orange underneath the rinds, they explain to you, and I'll go ahead and not everything, by the way, for new GMs, not everything has to be role played in person. You can just exposition dump and say things to your players. Sometimes it's easier. So he explains to you that, yes, these clan gnolls had come in, but you know what? I'm a professional. They came in and they slaughtered all of us. They chained me up and said that I would be the final sacrifice. The only ones of us that survived were the young and those who were out on patrols and missions or trade. But many of us who are here, many of the women, many of them, the craftsmen, because both men and women can be craftsmen and be stay-at-home parents, they were murdered, slaughtered. Please, you clearly have abilities that are beyond most can, and looks and motions at the wounds that have just immediately and miraculously closed up, and says, they are beginning a ritual. They are beginning the calling.
Oh, I've also got a calling. That is great. Perhaps we can talk to these guys and see what is happening. But I just wanted to
I
say,
don't think it's
only these three. So me and the other two have abilities. This tall guy over there, he's a tourist, but it's fine.
I am your shield, actually.
No, I am your shield.
No. I believe
no,
it
no.
is me.
Hold on. I'm going to give Jay hope. And everyone's also like, if I can't give inspiration, what can I do? There's like 4 fucking resources in this game. Just give them hope, guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Again, just things that when my stimulants kick in and I get sassy, I'm just like, why does this even have to be a conflict? So Jay, you get a hope for saying the thing. That's the name of the movie.
Thank you.
Or the domain ability. Anyway, carry on.
Where are they now? Where did they go? I ask the person.
They're further down the tunnels. You have to go through the brewery to get there. They've created a sort of sacrificial pit for the entity.
Do you know how many there were, roughly?
It's hard to say. It's this strange cycle when the entity's presence is felt close. It's rebirth and death and rebirth and death. They kill each other, they eat each other, they're birthed from each other, and then they kill each other again.
Delightful.
That sounds unhealthy.
It sounds dangerous.
Oh, yes. Let's go there.
And he grabs you. No, I must. I must warn you. You who healed me. I owe you a great debt.
Not me. Eron healed you. Listen to his
Oh.
name.
And looks at the rest of them. Yeah, whatever.
It is
So anyway.
thing. We do not get either.
It's that guy on my shield. Eron.
Oh,
Beautiful
okay,
picture.
no, I
Another
get
time.
that too. We are also a religious people. We worship, and says the name of a god that I don't care to look up on fantasy name generators.
Now that is a god I am familiar with.
I've heard of that one. Huron, though.
As role players, it's always like the ones who cut in just like every 5 minutes to say like one sentence that always get me with the hardest laughs. But speaking of your god, everybody, they are playing a seraph, Azzy the Bard, aka Tadpole is playing a seraph. Yes, is playing a seraph, and they have a mechanic, a feature called prayer dice. So at the beginning of a session, they roll a number of d4s equal to their strength modifier. What is your strength modifier?
3.
3. So what they're going to do is they're going to roll a d4, write the number down that they rolled, and then do that 2 more times. Would you please do that for me now?
I will. Is there a puddle somewhere around where I could stick my head in and quickly pray to my god?
Did you say a paddle?
A puddle. Puddle of water. I just need any kind of
puddle.
Puddle.
Okay,
Puddle.
okay. I was like, you could use like my comb, but this is not that stream. Okay, all right. I'm on board.
Not yet, not yet.
So you find sure. You find a puddle of blood. Actually, does that work?
Yes, that is
Okay.
working.
Okay, you find a puddle of blood.
I stick my head in. You only see some bubbles coming up, and I'm praying to my god. And
Naz
my
is
god
completely,
told me
Naz is
the numbers.
completely like focused on everything that Tad is doing. She's like, she's still hands at the ready. There's still a soft tremor, but she's focused. She's honed in on like, the ritual that Tad is performing.
And you put your head in the water, and it starts to bubble and glow. And before I completely butcher your god, what is if you could give me 3 words to describe their voice, unless you would like to roleplay them. I'm so open to that.
What do you mean, Tadpole's voice? Oh no, I see. So, Tadpole thinks that his god is this Huron. It's a heron entity, but actually it's not. He doesn't really know his real god. So go wild, my friend.
Okay, actually, they are the, I think Petulant Pug is the person who made these. They are the Dungeon Helper Dice character creator. And so it's all these dice that have like ancestry and species and various traits that a character could have. So I'm going to say that I'm going to roll the one that says whether they're friendly, indifferent, or hostile. And if they're hostile, they're just kind of sassy. And I'll roll the gender one. It's male, female, and androgynous. And I don't fuck with alignment. There we go. And I'll roll the ancestry one to see what they're represented by.
That sound. Listen to that sound.
So, I'm going to have to take a sip of water before I do this voice.
You made a lot of people happy on the stream now.
Folks, stay hydrated, and just remember,
Oh God.
any or anything like that, go ahead and take a shot. Overproof
Here we go.
whiskey will probably get the job done fastest.
Well, if it isn't Tad, how are you doing?
Oh, Huron! Finally, I hear your voice again.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot that you. Right. And you see this like they look kind of like a gnome or something, but then they sort of like do a little spin and Sailor Moon into like a heron form, and then they're like, right. I forgot this is how your mind sort of envisions me. Sure. Hi, what can I do you for? Good job on healing that one guy over there. He looked like he was.
I did it
like
in
a
your
bad
name.
situation.
Oh my god. I'm hyperventilating and probably swallowing a lot of blood. Yes, please bless my day. Please bless my day. I heard there are some gnolls that have a calling, and I also have a calling to follow your lead. So please help me and my friends to show them that their calling is wrong and my calling is the right one.
Oh no. We all of us divine and sort of like the big guys who are fiendish entities because they're like VIP fiendish entities or whatever. Like we all sort of know each other as primal forces of nature. I'm letting you know right now, that guy, a dick. I never invite him to my barbecues.
He's a dick? Oh no, the poor
Oh,
bugger.
big. He's a big problem. You do
Oh,
not want to
God.
mess with him, but I will definitely help you
Shall I?
so that you don't get murdered.
Shall I help you get rid of him then? So then you don't have to invite him anymore. And then he's not coming
Oh.
uninvited? I guess that can be a problem, right?
So, sort of hard for you to kill a cosmic deity, but yes,
No, with
it
your
would
help,
be
I can't do anything.
sure, absolutely. I still have your macaroni art,
Ah, yes! Oh, I'm so happy.
and holds it up and says,
Tad is drowning.
"Yeah, this whole as you guys like look at Tad, their like body is just like barely moving. It's like boom, boom." But they say yes, absolutely. They'd like to help you, and so they will give you their blessing. So, roll your prayer dice 3 times, and then what are the numbers you rolled?
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. So essentially, at any point, and this is one of the few abilities that, by the way, works after the dice have been rolled. Almost everything, whether it's help or using experiences, you have to decide you're going to use that before you roll, because it has to be factored into the role play of how you're doing what you're doing. But once it's done, you can't go, hey, can I reverse time, which is an incredible ability to have, and then do everything differently because I remembered I have this thing. But this ability absolutely does let you do that. So what does it look like when he says, well, that's about as much as I can do for you today, but good luck, and don't forget to call my name when you need, I don't know, like whatever kind of assistance I can offer you.
Oh, thank you, Huron. Thank you. I'm your biggest fan. Oh.
No problem, Tad. Remember, I think you're a pretty good guy. As he like fades away.
Oh gosh, the bird. Oh. That's
And
fine.
so-
He's like, oh, I'm so blessed. I'm blessed. Huron, talk to me. Okay, we can go into danger now.
When you
And
come
you-
up,
you
you can
look at-
see Oslo's face is inches away from the blood, being like, I should probably do this too, right? Like, slowly just dipping down.
And also, I just want to point out for a visual, as you like look up, all right, I've been blessed, let's go! Your face is caked in blood. Just, you look like a horror movie. Okay, sorry, I cut off Steph. Queen, please, go ahead.
I was. Also, I don't think that's the way you're supposed to do it. Has he done that before? I've not seen Tad do that before. Tad, are you okay?
He dips his head into various fluid surfaces from time to time. It is no problem. I assume it is just to reset his.
I'm slobbering with my long tongue, my whole face, so that it's like cleaned. It's not clean, but yes, that's how I usually communicate with my Huron god.
It is
He's
also
so
what
amazing.
gives him his signature terrible breath.
I hate you. Let's go into danger.
We would imagine that somewhere, wherever it is you tend to be, you have like a little bowl of holy water that you regularly commune with, so you're not just giving yourself constant bacterial and parasitic infections. But today you didn't have access. Say that again?
That's way less fun.
Yeah. Today, though, you didn't have access to your special bowl. At which point, the elder says, you could have just used the diluted water in the next room, in the brewery.
What fun would this be?
You just drank the blood of my kin.
And it made me stronger.
And then looks over. This guy's fucked up.
I am more fucked up. I will drink all of the blood. He is nothing. A little parlor trick.
I imagine
know what?
Tadpole is already rushing to the brewery.
Wait,
Yeah.
no!
And he goes, that's not where the brewery isn't over. It's over, whatever. And then starts walking in a different direction. as they go down the tunnels. And you find yourselves in... Wait for it.
We're
There we
inside
go.
of a keg.
You find yourselves in this room that has a description that I'm about to read. Why did I write the word chain? Oh, I know why. Anyway. So, you find a... That was supposed to be on loop. 1 second. There we go. You find yourselves in a surprisingly well... I have my notes over here, by the way. Surprisingly well-fitted alchemical lab scattered with important techs within the burrow for a specialized brewer, usually a gnoll, to create potions with powerful effects. So before we get into our big blowout combat, we're going to have some time for shenanigans. So he says, this is where we make various things such as our ale, and he motions towards large kegs in the corner, for those who like to party. And then we also make potions, and says, do any of you read Gnollish?
Oh.
Yes, of course I do. I am very familiar.
Are
He
you
says-
really?
He says, oh, then here, I will defer to you and allow you to let me know if you have any questions about the recipes for the potions. And he hands you the recipes of the potions.
Taking a look.
I will come really close to you, and I want to read as well. But I know that you're way taller than me. Do you let me?
Yeah, I hold it like down. I hold it down. You can probably like see through the papers, but
Okay.
I don't think Oslo knows Gnollish. But can I make some sort of roll to try and either pretend I know what I'm doing or interpret something from these pages?
Can I?
Sure,
Can I
so
hate?
you-
Can I hate help him? So that I don't want to like positively help him, but like, you know. Just,
Yeah, it's you know what it is. You know what it is. I think it's one of those things where like when somebody wants to show that they know more than them, so they keep on like trying to correct them or tell them like, no, you idiot, it's like it's this or whatever. So you can spend a hope to help them, but before you describe how you help them specifically, you can choose. You can either roll knowledge to see if you can sort of decipher or pull out of your brain something you might remember, or you can roll presence if you think your character is genuinely lying about being able to read it.
Ooh, I don't know if Oslo's a liar. They definitely have a heightened sense of grandeur, but I think I'm gonna go knowledge.
Okay.
Try this out here. I don't think any of my experiences really apply. I'm just gonna go for it. That is a 10 with fear.
Okay, 10 with fear, and then you go ahead and can I have Azu roll that d6?
already did. I'm adding a 5.
Nice.
Oh wow.
So I get a fear. Oh, this battle's gonna get fucked up. So I get a fear, and you rolled a 5. So what's the total there? 17 with fear?
15.
What it was? 15 with fear. Thank you. All right. So you read this, and it's the equivalent of somebody who took Spanish in high school, right? Like La Casa es Rojo, like that's what it sounds like when you're like trying to read this Gnollish and stuff, right? And it's like you barely know, and so like every time you say something like Azu, what does it sound like every time he makes like a pronunciation error or like says like interprets the word like baklava as broccoli or something?
No, wrong. It's baklava.
No, that is just how it's a regional dialect thing.
No, it's not. I told you before.
He says, he looks over to, so far, I think that Winnie's like, Winnie and Naz are the ones who clearly have their heads on a little straighter about this. And they look over at you and they go, are they always like this? Is this just their like group dynamic or something?
We met them very recently, but from the day we met them until now, they've been like this. This is why Winnie and I keep drinking.
I
Oh,
find it really entertaining as she eats some popcorn. That's
okay.
now in the world, I'm sorry.
By the way, I found this is by Tales Under the Oak. The name of this track is The Toad Alchemy. So I'm wondering
Thematic.
how apropos this is going to be. I did say again. All right, some of y'all are already dying of alcohol poisoning. But you know what? The first step to correcting a mistake is learning that you make it. So, what he explains to you is there's various recipes in there, in this thing, the Knoll Brewery. So, here's my notes. Thank you very much, brain. So you all can brew potions, and there are several potions that you can brew. For everyone at home, the original version of this adventure has you make a series of rolls to do a countdown, and you do multiple rolls, tick the countdown down, and then you have a new potion. However, for the interest of time and so that everybody has something cool, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what the potions are, and you are going... I did it again. You are going to roll to see, and you only have to do one roll to try to brew the potion. We're going to say that you guys all kind of do this at the same time to explain why it is that someone isn't just barging in while you're doing this. But I will say that if somebody fails and they have to re-roll, it's going to be one of those things where all of you are making your potion simultaneously. All of you finish, whether it's a good result or a bad result, and then you're wasting more time trying to what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to brew potions. So here are what the potions are. One of them has a limit. One of them has narrative purpose. At which point, he tells you, we have Poirot's potion. It clears... Sorry. It clears... Oh, God, how mechanical can I make this? It clears the mind and heals the body. Which is clear 1 stress and 1 HP. There's also dizzying courage. You have advantage on your next... It's so hard to translate game stuff into like actual super mechanical bullshit like potions, so I'm just not going to do that. This is when I said it's easier to just tell your players shit. 1 clears a stress at an HP. That's Poirot's potion. There's also dizzying courage. You have disadvantage on your next action roll. If you succeed on that action roll, you gain a hope, though. So it's disadvantage at the possibility of gaining an additional hope with your roll, even if you rolled fear. Potion of Wrath. Gain a +1 bonus to a trait of your choice until the next rest. But he tells you he only has so many resources to make that one, because it's very powerful, that you would only be able to make 1 of those. And then finally, you see one that says it is called Calming Tonic. Clear 1d4 stress, but you must succeed on a presence reaction roll or fall asleep for a period of time equal to a short rest.
I love that.
And he says, you must hurry, as they are in the next room. And as you hear him say that, you start to hear this sort of like chanting further down the tunnel. Or sorry, they're currently doing the ritual and trying to summon the entity. So you must be quick with your time.
Let's do it. I want the sleep
That's what we're
potion.
doing.
This sounds fun.
If you
Tad.
are able to brew the sleep potion, you may actually be able to administer it to the shaman. And if you do, perhaps you can stop the ritual before the entity is unleashed, or at least mitigate some of the effects of its summoning.
Oh, you're reading my mind. You're my new friend now.
That makes 1.
I think Naz is gonna make the Poro potion.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called. Yeah.
the Poro potion.
If she has the ability to do 2 of those, she will.
So what I'll do is it's going to go 1 by 1. So we'll go ahead
Okay.
and we'll start with you. And we'll have you do a, let's see, successful instinct or knowledge roll. So let's go ahead and have you make a instinct or knowledge roll to create your Poro potion.
All right, I'm gonna roll instinct. Why does it keep doing that? Oh, okay. Hang on. What is happening? Okay, there we go. So that's my instinct. And that is oh no, that's a 15 with. Oh, wait. I'm in Infernis. So I have this ability when I roll with fear, I can mark 2 stress to change it into a roll with hope instead. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Excellent.
So it's a 15 with hope.
Okay, a 15 with hope. Excellent. So go ahead and give yourself a hope. And by the way, we're going to go ahead and do the potion rolls, and then we're going to take a short break. We'll do, let's say, 15 minutes, so I have time to make coffee and stuff. So you go ahead and you brew, discover the recipe, and you now have your Poro's potion.
Awesome.
Who would like to roll? Let's see, do I have a cool potion sound effect? Potion. Let's try this one. Ooh, that's a fun one. Okay. We've also got... There we go. All right.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and you get your potion, and you pop it in your pocket. Next up, who would like to roll to make more potions? All right. Can we get Tad to make an instinct or knowledge roll?
I want that sleep potion, please. Thank you. And I will definitely not go for instinct. I will take the +0 from knowledge then.
Excellent.
That is good. I have 21 with hope.
Okay. 21 with hope. So go ahead and give yourself a hope. And what was the one that you were trying to make?
The sleep potion, please. Thank you.
Okay. So you begin brewing a calming tonic. And he says, "Excellent. Perhaps if you can administer that to the shaman somehow, you can interrupt the ritual or make it harder for them to summon the entity. Yes, brilliant plan." And then he says, "I thought your head was just fucked up, but it's just rife with ideas." He says as the GM exposition dumps that you can get an advantage if you can somehow administer that to the shaman. I'm just letting you guys know that.
I would have done this anyways, but thank you.
I know, but again, sometimes you can tell people, hey, you can just tell your player stuff, and people don't really get what that means in practice. And so I like to demonstrate
totally right.
some of the shit that I say. So also, not everyone's going to have cool, fun role players who are like huge TTRPG nerds like all of you guys who have been just incredibly capable. And FYI, so far, loving running you guys. So next up, you make your calming potion. Clear 1d4 stress, but you must succeed on a presence reaction roll or fall asleep for a period of time equal to a short rest, which I believe is about an hour. Next, Oslo. So you seem to be looking at the notes and stuff. Mm-hmm. What is it you choose to make?
I feel like for the theme, I kind of want to just do another sleep potion, just to try and outdo Tadpole. But if there's something, another one that somebody else wants me to do for the sake of it, I'm down to try.
I love that. By the way,
okay,
this is collaboration. So why don't you? Would anybody else, like Steph? You haven't made a potion yet. Do you have any thoughts or ideas?
Can you, because ADHD brain, could you remind me of 2 and 3? I'm really sorry, Nico.
Yeah,
I couldn't retain the information.
It is okay. See, I can't do a list of 3 things or more. That's my ADHD week. Oh no,
I've got 1 and 4.
No, you're here.
Oh god. Okay, for a second I lost internet. We're back. Everything froze, and I was like, no, not in the middle of the stream. Okay, so I'll just go through it for the audience. The first one is Poro's Potion, and it clears a stress and an HP. Dizzying Courage, you have disadvantage on your next roll, but if you succeed, regardless of whether it was hope or fear, you gain a hope. In addition to, so if you rolled a success with hope on that roll, even though you had disadvantage, you gain 2, basically you'd get 2 hope, right? And Potion of Wrath is a +1 bonus to a trait of your choice until your rest. And Then there's the sleep potion.
I would happily go for 2 or 3 in that case for the dizzying courage. Or
Do you
the
want
wrath.
to do dizzying courage and I'll do wrath?
Yeah, that's a
Okay.
good shout.
All right, so let's go ahead and start with Jay.
All right. Actually, yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna go. It's an 11 with hope.
Awesome. Okay. So an 11 with hope fails.
That's fine. Can I drink it anyway?
You know what? You drink it, and what do you imagine? You were making which one? The dizzying courage?
I was making the wrath.
Oh God. Okay. So you fuck it up, and you
Well,
burn the
okay,
ingredients for the potion of wrath, and you're like, yeah. So you take a sip, and it hits your lips,
It is
and
toasty.
for a moment you feel just like pumped, and you feel like you can do anything. And what is actually happening, unbeknownst to your character, but as a player, you've effectively drank a Monster Energy drink, and you just feel like you can do anything. But it's just the 300 milligrams of caffeine in that tall boy can. But you're so like, "Ugh!"
I feel
And I'll
like
give
I
you-
too have wings now.
I'll give you advantage on your next agility roll before you
Ooh,
crash.
okay.
Yeah, because that's fun.
Before you crash.
Yeah, before you crash.
And now the timer's rolling. 1 hour, and then you better be at home.
Ooh, yeah, maybe I should start a countdown die. Just to say I'm doing it.
Oh yeah, please do. Let's get a countdown in here.
Countdown. Oslo's liver.
Every time he rolls with fear, something happens.
So I want to first give a shout out for this beautiful wood engraved or wood etched dice holder that I have. It's a rapier with a bunch of roses wrapped around the sword, and then these dice that I have, these beautiful dice, are actually a Christmas present from my dad. And they're these beautiful. I'm not going to put them up to. Well, I'll try. Yeah, it doesn't work. They're blurred out, but they got like skulls and numbers
we
and
got it.
bones on them. Yeah. Okay, cool. So we'll start it at. I'll start at 4. And with each action roll, with each action roll, it ticks down 1. And until it's out, you have advantage on agility rolls.
Sick. Sounds great.
And that includes reaction rolls, though, because that still burns calories.
Yeah.
Okay. Next. Ooh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna read this out loud.
One potion to
This
brew?
one. Yes, there's one more potion, but I want to read this. Spend a fear to introduce a complication to the homebrew progress countdown, such as a lack of ingredients or bad notes. The party must succeed on a group knowledge roll or have disadvantage on all of their knowledge rolls. Oh, as you brew the potion. Right, so since I homebrewed how the homebrewing works, the homebrewed feature doesn't, no longer homebrews. So, we'll move past that. And, Queen or Winnie, would you please give us our next roll?
I'll be rolling with instinct.
Okay.
Was that right? Instinct or knowledge?
Instinct or
Oh.
knowledge, yeah, your choice.
Oh no. That's really bad, guys. A 1 on hope and a 10 on the fear dice.
Uh-oh.
So that's going to be a 13 with fear.
Let me quickly jump over to Winifred, and I will lay my hand on your hand, which you have used to
Like
brew the
Nixie.
potion. And I'm like, do you hear Heron's call while brewing? And you will feel my touch is warming up a bit, and I will give you a +2 from one of my prayer dice. Hopefully this is enough.
Okay. So,
So that'd be 15 with fear, though.
that passes. So I'm going to gain a fear. Golly, this battle's going to be brutal. So I gain a fear, but you do successfully brew the potion. And you were going for dizzying courage?
Yes, please.
Okay. if anyone's seen Hot Rod with Andy Samberg and like Bill Hader, and there's a bunch of hilarious. Damn, I said twice. There's a bunch of hilarious comedians in that, but they're like introducing themselves to like the pretty girl who joins their group, and he's like, "So, my name's Rod, and I like to party, and it's Derek," and he's like, "Hey, my name's Derek, and I like to party." He's like, "You can't party. I party. I'm the one who parties," and he's like, "Oh, okay," and then one of the other guys goes, I party. No, party's my thing. But you, today, Winnie, partying is your thing, so you get dizzying courage.
I love that. Must not
And-
drink yet.
No, I'll leave it at that. You know,
Hit us.
you know all that
You
beer
Cat,
and like,
dripping blood all over me.
there's like a bunch of beer and alcohol. Do you want to have some? That was disgusting. Do you want to have some of that? Would you? Does your character party like that, Winnie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she loves a wee dram.
Okay, so we'll say that the elder. I have to lick my lips before I curl them back so I don't crack my lips. In fact, I have chapstick. For
I like
this
that you
reason.
adjust how you stand too. You need the wide spread.
Oh, he's preparing. He's preparing.
They are prepared.
Hey,
You would be surprised at how much physicality goes into voice acting, and like I will literally like pretend to run before I like give a line, so that it's the little things that you can pick up on the microphone. So I can tell you like to party.
I mean, it wouldn't be a non-truth. Actually, we like to party. And I look at Naz.
Excellent. A lot of party people. Party rock. Oh, puppy baby. Sorry. We're going to go ahead and start our break. But
Immersion.
he says, essentially, so you can go on your break, is the elder tells you that if you take some of their private reserve, I'll start a countdown, and during that countdown, we'll start it at 4. During that countdown, you in general have disadvantage on your rolls. By the way, disadvantage doesn't stack. You can only have disadvantage once, so if you did the potion. You have disadvantage on all of your rolls during that countdown, but during that time, because when we're all drinking and stuff, you don't feel like pain and shit like that. So it's like, I'll say that you can mark 2 stress in exchange, instead of taking like an HP of damage.
Love that. Okay.
All right. So now, at my time, it says 12:15 p.m. So we're going to go ahead and start a 15-minute break, and we'll officially leave our cameras as soon as Jay says we can do that, and we're on our little timer card thing.
Hello, hello.
Hi, everybody. I forgot that I was the one in charge of talking today, so I sipped my coffee, knowing we were about to start the stream again. Hello, hi, welcome. I'm Nico DeGaio. I'm not reading a script. I'm just starting music. I'm better than that. But anyway,
My name.
my name, Nico DeGaio. Wait, what is it? Yeah, Nico DeGaio. So hi, everyone. I'm your host. I'm your GM. I'm taking care of these 4 people today. We have Alan of Stories by Alan, or That One Storyteller. We have Azu the Bard of Azu the Bard. Great branding because they're the same thing everywhere. And they are playing... Oh, sorry, by the way, Alan is playing Naz. Azu is playing Tadpole, which is a ribbit seraph. Ribbits are frog people. Naz, what was your Infernus?
Infernus. Yep. Infernus sorcerer.
Yeah. So for those of you coming from D&D backgrounds, Infernus is basically a tiefling. Oslo is a Dracona, a blue Gatorade, the blue Gatorade flavor.
Yeah, cool blue. Cool blue.
Dracona. Cool blue. So the one that has like a little bit of menthol in it. And then we have Queen, who is playing Winnie. Queen Red. Or the Red Queen. Man, we should come up with some cool... We got to come up with like a cool intranet name for you, you know? Because we got like Azu the Bard and stuff, and Jaybird.
Yeah, we'll work
we have to... Yeah, we got to give you like an internet persona, and then
random storyteller.
yeah. I'm never sure because I know that in some places your handle shows up as like Stories by Alan, but then you have that one.
Yeah, because I just realized that One Storyteller is my display name. I thought it was my username. I thought I was changing my handle. Turns out I only changed my display name, so I need to go in and change the handle. But I didn't want to do that before we went on the live stream because Jay had already worked on everything. So
yeah, super understandable.
Winnie, okay. I'm afraid a ghost just entered your room.
It's my dog. I'm so sorry. I just watched it on the stream.
All right. So I'm putting away just some of my character creation dice because they're all gnolls. We know that. But we'll keep the gender one because sometimes they're going to be male or female or not. Okay. And I love, by the way, as a non-binary person, I can't thank them enough for making androgynous one of the genders that they put on there. A non-binary gender. That's awesome. And I believe we have another Vimbo on the stream. Jay, you're non-binary, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Sorry, I was trying to get my dog's attention.
It's okay. You're good. All right.
It's the dog.
When last we were here, you guys had all been in the brewery for the gnolls. They have a place where you can make potions. In fact, the sound of the potion making was something like that. A bubbling cauldron. And you guys all made some cool potions. Would you please refresh our memories? Naz, what kind of potion did you make?
I made a what is it?
Poro
Poro.
potion.
Poros. Poro potion. Which is essentially, if I remember correctly, it's a potion that allows me to clear 1 HP and 1 stress.
Yep. And then, Azu the
Ted.
Bard, what did you make?
Tadpole got a calming potion that he's definitely not trying to give to the chanting gnoll leader.
And then, let's see, who do we have next? Jay, what did you make?
Oslo tried to make and succeeded, as far as we know, in making a potion of wrath.
They feel like they succeeded, yes. I went ahead and I had moved my mic away from my mouth, and I have moved it back to my mouth, to the person who mentioned in our chat that my volume has gotten quieter. So this should do it.
It was a tad, yeah.
Yeah. I've gone ahead and moved it closer to my mouth. All right. And by the way, am I sounding better now for everyone?
Sounds
Great.
good. Levels are good.
So yes, as far as you know, you made a potion of wrath, and then we also have, I'll even raise my gain a little bit so I don't have to lean forward all the time. Potion of wrath, and then we've also got, who else? Queen Red. Red Queen.
I made Dizzying Courage potion, which means my next roll is with disadvantage, but some cool shit happens, potentially, after that, which we'll get into as and when.
Of course some cool shit happened.
That reminds
Cool shit
me
happens.
too, because I gave you that extra, the private reserve of their liquor.
Yes.
I'm going to start that additional
that.
countdown. So in the same way, anytime you make a duality dice roll, so that's going to be action rolls or reaction rolls, Jay, yours is basically a monster energy drink. So you're going to have advantage on your agility rolls for that 4 die countdown timer. And Red, you are going to have, for 4 duality dice rolls, which are just both action rolls and reaction rolls, you can choose to mark 2 stress instead of marking an HP, because you're crunk right now and you're party rocking,
Party
which
girl.
is a reference to the 2000s, I believe. All right,
When I was born.
when you were born. I just got the joke. So let's see. There are sound effects I want to start, which are all right. So you all have stocked up. And as you guys are preparing your potions, you start to hear this chanting. I know that, because I want to give Naz that extra potion, but no, I think that for the sake of moving forward, I apologize, Naz. Not to be a dick, just because I was like, there's got to be a cool consequence for it. And then I was like, but what would the consequence be? And then I realized it takes like half an hour to make this potion or more. And so there's just a ritual that's happening. So at the, here's what I'll do. I'll tell you that yeah, here's what I'm going to do. You start hearing the ritual and the chanting. And I'm even going to add the sound of, where are my freaking hyenas? I'm gonna start layering sounds. All right.
I'm going to have nightmares.
So you start
Distinct
hearing
noise.
more and more activity from the hyenas further down into the tunnels, and you know you want to make another potion, but whatever it is they're doing, it's moving along, and it seems like it has gotten significantly rowdier. You're starting to hear more and more of this chanting, and it's beginning to build. So you look at the party, and they all look at you, and you're trying to decide whether or not you are going to make another potion.
Ness, do you hear that? There's fun over there. Come on, finish this quick.
And the elder says, "If you make another potion, they may finish the ritual."
Not without us. Come on.
Literally wish I had a heads or tails thing. Just to be like, am I dark siding or am I light siding? No, I think Naz will agree with the party. I don't believe that you would risk it at this point. And then I will also say, just for flavor, the ritual itself, the sound of the ritual, is also tugging at that darkness inside her. So it's almost like she's not only agreeing with the party, but there's something deeper that's pulling her towards the ritual.
Okay.
I would definitely clock that in Naz. And I'm gonna let it ride.
All right.
Right, the darkness.
So here's what I'll do. What I'll do is
I love the sound.
I'm gonna give the party a wow. That's creepy. I didn't make the sounds. I just picked them. Here's what I'll tell you guys. Oh, I seem to have actually turned off the cackling. There we go. Okay, here's what I'll tell you guys. I want to give you guys like a planning phase. Essentially, any good group, when they're about to, any smart group, good group is a totally debatable term. Any smart group, before they're about to go into a life-threatening battle, would take a second and probably deliberate about how do we do this? How do we want to go about doing this? So I want you to go ahead and go into character and do that. Give yourselves a chance to figure out how it is you want to, how you want to tackle this bear.
Listen, I have great plan. I run in, kill them all. Thoughts?
I have a better plan. I run in and we kill you.
I love both of your
Not so much a
enthusiasms,
fan
but
of
I don't
Ted's
think
plan.
it's going.
Naz?
I love the enthusiasm, but I don't think it's going to be that simple.
Why not? It worked the other times. And also, I was here and I got blessed by Huron before.
You saw
You
bad.
got blessed by a bird.
And he's a god. He's the god.
He's a bird, Tad.
What difference does this make? Birds are great creatures. I love birds. Look, I even have wings.
So
Love
does
pigeons
she.
too.
But she doesn't have bird wings. She has to upgrade still.
Look, I think if we sneak in there, then potentially focus on stopping the ritual before we kill any of them. That might be a smarter plan.
Element of surprise, I like. I am great sneaker.
I'm a greater sneaker. I have the greatest sneaks.
Oh, I actually don't know if that's true, Tad, but I can.
Yes, I can.
literally
While
get
my
in
big plate
almost
armor is
unheard.
clink, clonk, clink.
How about, so Oz, you're good at sneaking in. You can be quiet, right?
Absolutely.
Because I mean, you're a big lad.
This is also true.
Light on your feet, though, right?
Absolutely, very light. Light as feather.
Oh,
I
by the
really
way,
want to roll instinct on this.
just as a reminder, Oslo is hopped up on like 300 milligrams of caffeine right now.
I can do anything.
I don't know this.
Okay, I have a plan.
What I think
Another
is-
plan, like an additional plan. So like, let's put that Oslo guy into some kind of ropes from these gnolls cultists, and then they won't know that he's not one of them. Then he's sneaking in, trying to disrupt it, but he will fail, and then re-rush in, kill everyone. And I mean, if I hurt him because he looks like a cultist, who wouldn't know?
I am also a great deceiver.
I think I like the way that you're thinking, Tad. But
Oh, thank you.
instead of putting Oz there, why don't I just cast a minor illusion and we throw that inside first?
Yeah, well, that could work too.
Good. Would you like me to go and scout first and see what's about? I could sneak up, have a
As
look,
long-
see what we're working with,
as-
and then come back.
But where's the
As
fun in
long as you're
scouting?
careful, Winnie.
I love how that some of you guys are like, why don't we just put others into mortal peril? And some of you are like, hey, maybe we could be smarter about this. So let's go ahead and to ease things along a little bit. Why don't we get a vote? Who wants to vote for just barging in like an idiot? And who wants to vote for? I say this with love, by the way. I'm not actually calling any of these people an idiot. So we got barging in. We got one character who seems to be down for barging in. We have it, and I'm interrupting because, sorry, but anyone who's GM'd long enough knows that these planning phases, they're good to have, but they can also turn into an hour-long conversation real quick. So we've also got a couple of people who are down for, can I get a hand up for people who are like, let's try to do a stealthy, scouty thing? Okay. My country may no longer be a democracy, but this stream is. So we'll go ahead and we will roll with doing the stealth thing. So how do you guys chill out Tad?
Oh, please.
I would just say, Naz, can you babysit for just a few minutes? Whispering into your ear.
If I do that, Winnie, you are gonna owe me such a drink after all this.
Well, the brew I just had back there is absolutely insane. I'll get you on the tap.
Sure.
Some good shit.
Okay, I'm already in. Let's go.
You just
Oh,
already
no.
see he's like hopping halfway down the tunnel. How are you guys stopping him?
I'm gonna cast Shadowbind.
Okay. I actually have. Where is that here? Boom. So you cast Shadowbind and
Yep.
what is it? How do you cast
So-
it? Oh my God! Hey, what's up, Misty Steps?
Do you want me to read what it is, or should I just
Go ahead and read us the description and then do the thing.
So it's from the Midnight Domain, which is one of the two domains that sorcerers have. It's make a spellcast roll against all adversaries within very close range. Targets you succeed against are temporarily restrained as their shadow binds them in place.
Okay, so go ahead and I think you gotta do that roll. Do your roll thing.
Yeah, the spellcast roll thing.
By the way, there is the main resolution mechanic in Daggerheart is rolling 2d12s and then adding a trait. This is called an action roll, and it's called an action roll because it's the player deciding to do an action, right? And action rolls are basically 3 different kinds of rolls wearing a trench coat. There is trait rolls where you just say what the trait you want them to add to the duality dice is. So if I said do a knowledge roll, they just roll 2d12s and add their knowledge. If they want to do a spellcast roll, they roll 2d12s and they add whatever their subclass says their spellcast trait is, which, by the way, what is your spellcast trait?
It's instinct.
Instinct. And then finally, there's attack rolls, which if you just look at any weapon that you equip, it will tell you, here is the trait you add when you use this weapon. So everything is very self-explanatory or told to you in advance. And if you forget what your... take a shot, everybody. And if you forget what your spellcast trait is, it's on your subclass card. So you got to add your instinct. Go ahead and what did you roll, baby?
I rolled a 9 with hope.
A 9 with hope is absolutely going to fail. Yeah, no.
Yep.
Why?
Because
Are you
your
sure?
evasion is.
My evasion is 7.
Oh shit! All right, so
Plate armor.
you cast Shadow of Moil. I mean, sorry, that's the name of the sound effect. You cast Shadowbind.
Naz, stop it! Not again!
So Naz essentially like raises her hands to her horns where all the chains and gems are, and from those she basically like grabs arcane magic and then she just like throws it to the ground, and you see 2 spirals essentially going towards Stad and then holding him in place.
Excellent, and you're gripped. What do you say as you're caught?
No, not again! Come on, it's not fun! Let me get to the danger!
And instead, you see sauntering past you is who is our stealthy person?
The raccoon.
We go.
Can I also go with? I can stealth.
Yeah, I think we're going together.
Okay, great.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh no, you don't!
And I will say, it's part of my wildborn ancestry as well. That lets me. I've got Lightfoot, so my movement is naturally silent, and I have advantage on rolls to move without being heard.
Awesome. As you do that, by the way, can I bother Jay to ever so slightly raise Red's microphone
So quiet.
sound? Yeah, just a little quiet.
I need to eat the mic.
Well, before you make a bunch of adjustments on your end, let's have, because if you raise whatever you do on your side and then Jay raises you too, then it'll just blow everything out. So, Jay, let me know when you've got it.
Oh, it's done.
Done. Excellent. Cool. Okay, moving on. So, yes, go ahead and roll me finesse to be sneaky.
Ooh. That will be a 16 with hope.
Okay. So the Mission Impossible theme starts to play as you so as you walk forward deeper into the tunnels, you start to hear this chanting getting louder and louder. And you start to feel this dark energy. As you make your way into this chamber, you see that there is a small group of gnolls. There seems to be a shaman who is running the ritual right now, as well as a gnoll that's kind of his right-hand man, and then you see that there's this one other gnoll who's just like buff, and he looks like he's pretty roided out. And then you see that there are several gnolls who are in this weird, almost like not quite finished being, you know, the way a bird looks before it's like grown feathers and stuff, right? Like it's not completely finished forming even though it's been born. That's what these gnolls look like. They still are walking quadrupedally, and they don't even seem to have like the flesh fully formed on their bodies, but you see that there's like blood on their teeth, and these are probably the dudes that were bursting out of people and eating them. And so this is the visual you get, and they're lighting pyres of flames and doing some kind of freaky chanting that sounds like that. What do you do?
Oz, what do you think? I mean, we probably should go back and get the others.
I will go for the strong one.
Okay. I'm gonna tackle those freaky little abominations. Whatever they are. Okay, let's run back and tell the rest.
Say, like, let's run back and tell the rest of the people. You see them dragging a corpse, and then on closer inspection, you see that it's like coughing a little bit, and there's this sort of altar, right, made out of like bones and things arranged in such a way with this sort of summoning circle looking thing. But you see, and that's where the shaman is in the middle doing his ritual, and you see that the other gnoll drags this tribe gnoll, the clan gnoll drags the tribe gnoll into this pit that's in the back, and it seems like they've dug it out, throws the corpse in there, and you hear as it almost sounds like something is being quenched, and it reverberates through the tunnel, and you hear, "Yes, feed me," as this deep rumbling voice echoes through the chamber. Carry on.
Never mind. I will take that thing instead.
Does Naz hear this? Like, did it echo that far into the tunnel, or?
No.
Okay.
Just our two little stealthies.
Okay, got it.
Is there, as I was scanning around, is there like a food bank of other tribe gnolls that are being fed to this? Is it like a machine they're just going to keep feeding the beast, as it were?
Oh, that's a good question.
Do I need to save peoples, or am I just fucking them up?
Let's see. Let me think about this, how this would affect the battle mechanically, because that's going to matter in a second, because they're about to do some fights. No. They're dead. They're all dead. Yeah.
Perfect.
I would look if we had 6 hours to do this.
If we had time.
If we had time, boy, would they be alive. And I want everyone to know that I love to give my players choices and stuff and things to add narrative depth and layers to this. But today, the answer is they're all dead.
Yeah. Also, if we had time, we'd still have Tad with his face in a puddle of blood, probably.
If we had time, yes,
True,
I would still be doing an Irish accent and role-playing with Tad.
Yes.
Honestly, if we had time, you would
I'll
still
tell
be
us.
deliberating about whether or not you should be stealthy.
Shall we go back quickly? Light feet, let's go.
Do we have to? All right, fine.
And then you back off to the group. I'm going to let you guys communicate what it is you have as I initiate a panic attack on my part by pouring the rest of the coffee that I brewed.
Sick.
Okay, go. Right, this is what we're dealing
What did you
with.
see? I think I'm
There's
gonna
a
before you
shaman.
before you start talking, I think I'm gonna release Tad from the shadow bind maybe, and be like, "Come here."
Make sure he doesn't run.
I'm gonna
complaining
stand in the
all
way of the tunnel.
Where's Oz? He's probably doing something stupid. I have to prevent this. Let me through.
They're right here.
What did you see?
Oh, they're back.
Us?
It was incredible. We laid
Did you do
waste
anything?
to. No, there was some gnolls performing ritual. All of the good gnolls that we from our friend is the guy still in the room?
Yes, I'm right here.
As we learned previously, they are all dead, so we can just really go in there, swords blazing, as it were. There is
Exactly my plan.
they're feeding some big growling voice. I could not see where it came from. Probably large creature that I will do battle with solo.
I'm afraid not, my
I
friend.
think at this point as well, Winnie would, she'd definitely have tears in her big eyes that were super blue early on, and now they're turning like obsidian black. Because there's the one thing she values over everything else is life, and the fact that it's being thrown away and fed is eating away to her core. So she's getting pretty angry right now and wants to do something about it.
Winnie, you
Alright.
look like you want a little bit of revenge. Shall we give it to them?
I am going to fucking kill all of them.
Yes, let's do that. Just the two of us. We don't need the others. Oh, maybe
Winnie
Nancy.
parties.
Nas seeing Winnie's eyes turn black, the tremors in her fingers get worse now. Seeing Winnie angry and hurt is making Nas lose a little bit more of her control.
Oz sees
cannot
Oz
let
doing
that
this and is going, yes.
Just a tad losing control.
You know what? I was gonna sit down for the combat, but I cannot.
Stand up. Rise, my
Instead,
friend.
I'm going to
That's
stand for the
literally-
combat.
That's literally the POV of the body rising in the ritual.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what's happening right now.
Yeah,
So,
you know
are
what?
we going in or what?
Next time, when we do that, when we do the other one, I'll sit down, and when the big bad comes up, I'll sit down, and then I'll have it go zzz, so it looks like I'm like coming out of the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent, cool. So you decide, hey, let's fuck them up. You have that potion that knocks somebody out. Decide maybe how it is you guys want to do that, or that can just be like Azu's little solo player mission. If you guys want to help him, you can. I just want to remind everyone that that's on the table. Otherwise, you all want to fuck up some gnolls?
Yes.
Let's go.
All right.
Thing.
Let's go do the thing. We love seeing people do the thing. All right. So you all start making your way down through the tunnels, and you start hearing the cackling gets louder and louder, and you start to hear that the ritual gets louder too. And no longer do you hear the cackling echoing off the walls of the cavern. You now start to hear them, and they are close. You know you're getting closer, and you've been warned. He says, beware the entity. It is powerful, and it is dark primal magic.
Okay.
So you've been warned.
How bad can it be?
I think
Pretty
Naz
bad.
is gonna take lead. She's gonna walk in, brush her, like grab the arcane magic from her horns again, and then she's gonna shadow bind every single gnoll around the like ritual space. I don't know how many there are, but she's gonna try to hit every single one of them to restrain them.
Okay. So the first thing you're going to do is try to hit them with Shadowbind?
Yeah, just to hold them in place, so that way
Okay.
the others can basically just like go all in.
Okay, cool. So, just to set the scene, you have shaman, in fact. I have a staff with a d20 on it. You have the shaman,
Nice.
the shaman's shamaning. And right next to him, you have like another gnoll who's posted up being a gnoll. And then you have the incredible
Love that.
bulk who's dragging corpses into the pit. And then you have currently 4 of these little like eldritch horror hyena creatures, right? So in total, there's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 creatures. And the hyena ones, they're sort of littered about, right, in front of the altar. I will say that the entirety of this room, for streamlining this combat, is going to be from one end to the other about close. Like you'd have to be like right up against the wall and just into the tunnel to be like considered far range. So almost everything you can do, you can cross that distance in a single action. Which FYI, everybody who is watching along, the only time you need to roll to see if you can move somewhere, and the only time you really need to clock your movement, is if you are either A, trying to run a very far distance, or the name of it is actually just far, because it's hard to do that, so you got to roll to see if you can. The other one is if you are only moving as opposed to doing something else, and that is probably because you're like dodging arrows or some shit like that, in which case it makes sense that you could possibly fail at moving. Otherwise, why is that the only thing you're doing? So, knowing that, that is why I'm letting them know the distance. They probably, unless they are trying to navigate something or avoid something, not going to have to roll agility just to see if they can get somewhere. So, you do Shadowbind, correct?
Yes. So I'm gonna use my experience dance with the arcane to add to that roll, and I'm gonna do my spellcast roll.
All right. And you hear the music change in the background. No, hold on. I can get a better track than that.
No.
You keep doing what you're doing, and I'm gonna get some good music. Now that I know Misty Steps is possibly listening, I gotta impress her.
Sweet. So, I rolled a 19 with fear, but I'm gonna use fearless again, mark 2 stress, and make it a 19 with hope.
Nice.
For my Shadowbind.
All right. So you said 19 with hope?
Yes.
And is there a limit to how many creatures you can get with that?
No. It says make a spellcast roll against all adversaries within very close range.
Okay. So suddenly, all this black shadow starts to rise up from the ground, and it enwraps all these guys. And I think that none of their difficulties is... Yeah, no. So you successfully grab all of them, and they all turn to you, and they're like, "What? You interrupt the ritual?" Oh, wait, hold on. "You interrupt the ritual? How dare you?" says the shaman who is originally doing this.
And then Nas goes, "Dad, Oz, Winnie, now!" Let's go!
I would immediately, if I may, jump straight in after Naz, because we work pretty well together. I would see her sort of casting the magic and moving her hands in a way that I know is familiar. And immediately, as she's sort of mid-cast, as soon as it starts leaving her fingers, I think Winnie's jaw just like cracks open super wide, and I'll cast Conjure Swarm. And I'll just send a barrage of fireflies, like flaming flies out of my mouth that I'll just follow her strands and tendrils and weave in and out of everybody within close range. So it'll be a spellcast roll. And I'll spend a hope to deal 2d8 magic.
And you said that was Unleash Chaos?
That's Conjure Swarm.
Conjure Swarm. Okay, let's see here.
Yeah.
Do I have a cool sound effect for swarms?
I can hope so.
You said what kind of creatures are they?
They're like firebugs, basically. It says fireflies, but using my elemental, it'll be literally fireflies.
Yeah.
Flies
Here,
on
let's
fire.
go ahead and... As they all just fly out of your mouth, and they wrap around which one?
It's everybody within close range, so it'll hit all the targets that are currently under Shadowbind.
Oh, shit. Okay, what'd you roll?
I'm going to roll for it now, so it's Instinct. Okay, so that's 13, 14, 15, 16 with Hope.
16 with Hope. Yeah, that is going to hit everyone.
So, okay, alright, that's going to be 2d8 magic damage plus 3. Right, here we go. 11, 14 points of magic damage that will send out with my flies. And fireflies just
Let's
attack.
go.
Let me go ahead
We did
and that one sucked. Let's see. Is there a drums? Problem is like, yeah, these are the drums. All right, cool. Let me go ahead and let everyone know what I'm doing at home is I have these nice little cards. I know that there's like all kinds of online things that people use, but I like to use these because I love fiddly bits. So I'm writing down the difficulty of the shaman and their thresholds. So I have something I can easily write down the HP that they take. We've also got, let's see, these birthed guys, the gnolls who look all freaky and shit. I could have done this during the break, and you know what I did? I forgot.
Tasty coffee. That's worthy.
Cough.
Yeah. And I was making coffee, so that is valid. And that's that. And then the big guy.
Just to set up our next turn, Jay, would you mind if we go together?
I was gonna say I want us to be like rubbing shoulders as we run in.
Yeah. You know,
In the
I don't know
meantime,
if you-
I
yes,
will
sorry.
say that in the I was just gonna say something real quick. In the meantime, Naz, from her like a little pouch on her waist, grabs a stamina potion, chunks it down, and I rolled a 4 on the D4, so I cleared all my stress.
Oh, nice.
Bye-bye stress.
Nice.
Wow.
Chug,
All right,
chug,
Jay,
chug.
here's my proposal. Tadpole would never willingly do like a serious tag team move with
Yeah.
Oslo, but rather I would flavor it like that. We're doing a tag team role, and it's more like who can kill the
Yes.
who can kill
the most? We're
best.
counting.
Exactly. So it's like I'm slashing better. I'm slashing better. So yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I have 5 hope right now, so I can front the 3 if you want. So
Wonderful. Thank you.
Let's go.
I don't mean to
I would have
brag.
pumped prayer die into me, but that is fine.
Okay, and fortunately, believe it or not, I finished right as you guys said all that. Excellent. We love to see it. Okay. So, that first attack by Winnie you said 14 damage?
Yes.
To everyone. Wow, that's incredible. What you've done is... See, the thing about sorcerers in this game is they're kind of lawnmowers. I don't know if anyone else has noticed this, but like anytime I have a sorcerer, it's like, okay, cool, and immediately half of everyone is dead. So let's see. If you did 14 damage, then shit, okay. This guy, that is major damage for them. FYI, in Daggerheart, we have what are called thresholds. So when you take damage, right, she rolls and finds out how much damage it is that she did, 40 or whatever. All you have to do when you're trying to count for how much damage you have is, okay, is that bigger or smaller than the thresholds that I have? If it's bigger than the first one, you take if it's anything, you take 1 HP. But if it's bigger than that smaller one, which they have a 9 there, right? If it's bigger than 9, they take 2 HP of damage. And if it's bigger than the second number, if it's 18 or higher, then they take 3 HP of damage. So the most you can take, if you get hit at all, you take at least 1, and the most you can get is 3. There is an optional rule for massive damage, where if you do double the second threshold, it's 4 HP. That's crazy and super, super strong. Rarely ever happens, except for maybe tag team rolls or crits and stuff. Or tag team rolls that rolled crits. It looks like I have a cigarette in my hand. But anyway, so you did 2 damage to the shaman. You killed all of the small guys, by the way.
Let's go.
Hell
You
yeah.
did 2 damage to the incredible bulk. And you did 2 damage to the right-hand man, right-hand Stan. That's... Wow. You fucked it up. But, like, in a good way. Like, you
We
like
just look at
fuck
the
'em up.
tanks and we're like,
Good start. Good start.
Yeah, so meanwhile, you... As everyone charges, it's like in the Avengers when he's like, Avengers, fucking assemble, and everyone's like, brah! And you see like some people fly past the crowd, right? And so essentially you see these like tendrils of blackness and the swarm like as they fly forward. And then immediately after these people are swarmed by these fireflies, you have these other 2 big, massive dudes. We have Oz and we have Tad, and they're just charging in. So what is it that you... Sorry, well, Tad is a small guy, but Tad is... How big is a meter? Can you just show us like this?
Wait,
Perfect.
Okay.
does this make sense?
So it's instead of shoulder to shoulder, it's like shoulder to knee.
Yes.
And you guys are running into battle. And what is it you guys want to do?
Well, as the goons are all being cleared out, so we can go straight to... I mean, I don't know what Tad wants to do, but Oz wants to go right for this incredible
Shaman.
bulk fella.
Okay.
Okay, so Ted will try to rush towards the shaman, but when he sees that you are going for the big guy, I'm like, nope, nope, nope.
No.
we're gonna die
Yeah.
because of you two.
And we're both competitively just trying to hack at either side of him.
Okay, so go ahead and
This
give
is
me
my
that,
kill.
Give me that spellcast roll. Or sorry, give me that tag team roll.
All right.
Naz is gonna look at Winnie and go, I can't with these boys.
Let's see
Boys
here.
will be boys.
8 plus 6 is 14 plus 3 is 17 to hit.
Hope or
17 to
fear?
hit. That's the bulk.
Oh, with hope. Sorry.
hope or fear.
Yes.
Great. Then we
Okay.
go with yours. I have 19 with fear. Let's take 17 with hope. That should be hopefully enough.
So go for it. Go for it. That hits.
Yes.
That's super hits.
Oh, cool.
Oh, great. Perfect. Damage.
Damar.
I will put my big hallowed axe into this dude.
By the way, I'll tell you now, the highest difficulty is 15. So if you ever roll 15
Okay,
or higher,
cool.
you definitely hit them.
Easy.
I rolled 16 damage.
My tiny
So
axe
16
contributes 6 damage.
Okay, so that's a total of 22 damage, right?
Yeah.
And that was against the big guy.
Yeah,
The
the
bruiser,
bulk.
probably.
Okay, let's see. Does he have any cool abilities here that I can activate? You. Okay, not that. No, those are all actions, and then passive. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Shabba-da-ba-ka-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba-doo. And shibba-da-bop-boop. Okay, great, cool. So you did 22 damage, and that is actually above his severe threshold. His severe threshold is 23. So you do 3 HP of damage as you.
Hell yeah.
We have one of the small little axe just right into his calf, and then you have the big one. What is it that you did, Jay?
16 with my battle axe.
Boom. And then this is the hallowed axe. And then actually wait. There we
Hear the
go.
impact. Oh, yeah.
All right. As it and then I'm gonna spend a fear because technically y'all should keep going, but I don't want you to. So I
Yep,
spend
please.
a fear to interrupt you guys. And
Of
let's see, who do we have left here? Who's alive? That guy is dead. I'll have. Does the shaman have anything cool? Yeah, the shaman has something cool. Okay, cool. I'm gonna spotlight the shaman. And when the shaman makes a ooh, all right. They're going to make an attack with. Yeah, they're going to make an attack with this whip that they have, and the whip is covered in like bone shards and stuff, so it's got some like serration on it. And they're gonna go for the little guy because he literally asked me to do that, so I will do that. They
come on.
are going to, which, by the way, if you were a GM or you're thinking about GMing, you still do use a D20. It's the GM who rolls with a D20 because we don't generate hope or fear. And I'm about to roll that right now. So,
Come on. It's not hard to hit the ribbit. Go ahead.
does
Clunk.
a does a
Yes.
6 hit you?
No, I have 7.
Easy.
Oh my god.
Close. It's close though.
You know what?
Very
The good
close.
thing is they have the relentless feature, which means I can
Yes.
spotlight them twice. So they
Good.
and then they this time I know it hits you because it's like what, 7?
Yeah.
And I'm 99% sure, and if I didn't, then let's go ahead and add the sound effect for a whip. That hits, baby. Let's see. Wait for it. Once I have it, I have it. There we go. You bastard. Yes, you can.
Can I mark a stress to prevent this?
You know what? Why don't we try doing a contested roll? Both of you have to roll agility, and whoever wins this agility
No,
roll.
yes, advantage. Oh gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, baby.
Oh wait, not my d6s. Yeah,
Okay.
8.
Okay. So you run in front of him, and you go, no, I'm going to be the shield, and he's trying to get in front of you, and you just slap him back down or whatever it is you do as this
That was my hit.
what just hits you, and it's gonna do 6 + 8 is 14, plus 3 is 17 damage to you.
That-
Okay.
that could have been my hit.
And then I'm also gonna spend a fear to. Did both of you guys roll with fear?
Yes. No at all.
Okay. At any rate, I'm gonna spend a fear, and the Hulk is gonna run over and is going to try to do a chain sweep at you as it grabs this massive thing of chains and just whoosh, tries to smack the shit out of you guys. And I'm going to have to spend a
All of
fear
us?
to do that too. No, let's see. The action is get over here, and it's going to mark a stress to do it. There we go. And it marks a stress, and it uses get over here as it whoosh, and hits you with the chain. It is going to whip it at a target within far range. I need the big guy who just tried to hit him to succeed on an agility or a strength reaction roll.
Sounds like an agility roll for
I'm
me.
gonna do my agility.
Yes.
Okay.
Oof, that's not great. Hang on, I do have the advantage. That's 12.
All right. So you try to jump out of the way, but you were too busy clambering over Tadpole as it just whoopah, and it just yoinks you, and you're right in front of his face. At which point, I'm gonna spend one more fear to wrap up this combo, as he is going to smash you. I'm even going to spend a fear to add his experience to the roll. So I'm gonna roll my d20 here. That is a 19 plus 2. Yeah, that's going to do it. Plus 5. Okay, 24.
I want
Does
to
a 24
jump
hit?
into his face with my shield.
Oh my
I
god.
have no shield
Okay.
now.
And go ahead and do it.
Yes.
And then I
I'm not gonna
have, check
contest
this
it.
out,
I already won the first one. Oh, sick.
as
Okay.
you jump in front with your shield. Go ahead. And what does it do?
I take the damage.
Oh, it's just as easy as that. Okay, cool. So
Yes.
let's see.
So,
That's going to be
Give me the damage, finally.
12 plus 3 is going to be 15 damage.
15 damage is major. I will mark an armor slot to put it to minor.
Just
Okay.
imagining this 1 meter tall ribbit jumping in front of this Dracona and taking the blunt of a giant chain. Like it's just, it's the most hysterical visual.
And while doing it, I turn around and make like,
I completely forgot that the blah, 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 the shaman has this very cool ability, and it's called Whipped. And Terrifying. There it is. The shaman has Terrifying. When the shaman makes a successful attack, which it did with its whip earlier, all PCs within far range lose hope, and I gain a fear.
Ooh, that's cool.
I'm down to 1.
Get
Let's
wrecked,
go.
get wrecked. All right.
just saying, if anyone ever need hope, just ask me, and you just need to do a little Huron prayer, and then you can get something.
Speaking of, I'll let you guys go next.
Did you just say you?
I think I'd rather lose all hope.
Who's
Go ahead,
going
guys.
next?
Anybody want to go? I can go. If,
Do it.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
And you know what? I'll
So after
I'll tee
releasing-
something up for you. As you're considering what your next move is, the gnoll, the right hand stand, starts racing towards you.
I love that for that gnoll. However, Winnie has a different. Sorry, Nico. I'm going to tee this one up for you guys, and I'm going to sort of fly towards the one that's running towards me and just quickly like matrix over them, and I'm beelining pun intended, for the shaman. And as
Okay.
I'm sort of within a few meters, Winnie will start changing, and you hear a really visceral growl come out of her, and all of a sudden she's just covered head to toe in fur. She pounces as a giant wolf.
Sick.
Just snarls and just goes for the neck of the shaman. So I'm going to mark a stress to shift into my beast form, and the beast itself mimics or matches the stained glass sort of vine effect on Winnie's wings. So the wolf is actually just covered in all these like vines and roots wrapped around it as it just goes for the neck of the shaman.
I want you to
So
know
that will
how
be,
hard I needed to restrain myself from spending a fear when you did a little somersault over this guy to try to have him smack you out of the air. I wanted to so badly.
You should have done that.
But this is very cool,
Yeah.
and I want you to have this too.
Punish me. I'm just merging into my beast form with Hearts of Daggers. What up? Okay, I'm now a wolf. Okay, so
All right.
it's going to be... I will roll for my attack now. That is... Okay, it's a 15 with fear. Sorry.
Okay.
I
Okay.
don't think that will hit the shaman, I guess, but...
That is the shaman's difficulty.
Meets it,
Let's
meets
go.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
baby.
15 with
Okay.
fear.
I'm just going to, for whatever I can sort of latch onto, and that'll be 2d8 plus 2. So that's going to be 14 points of physical damage. And I'm now within melee. It does have an additional ting.
Okay.
I'm going to
So
mark
you
an
said that was-
additional stress.
14 damage so
Did I say
far. Carry
14?
on.
14 damage, yes. And it has a feature called Hobbling Strike. So as I latch
Okay.
onto whatever part of the shaman I can, I'll just sort of rag it a little bit between my teeth, and it becomes temporarily vulnerable, and I'll just howl and howl at the rest of them to come and get it. So I'm marking
Nice.
additional stress for that.
And you
It's
had
currently
also...
vulnerable.
so in total, how much damage was that? 14?
14 total, yes.
Okay. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, you rolled with fear a second ago?
I did indeed. So back with you, unfortunately.
Okay, so it's going to say,
Get
over here, help me! It's trying to interrupt the ritual. And the bulk is going to get spotlighted by the leader shaman, because leaders have cool abilities that let them empower other people. So I spend a fear to spotlight a non-minion, which actually it's going to be the Stan, the guy who was trying to like smack you out of the air, turns around and starts now running towards the shaman, which I'm going to say that I'll have spent a fear because I know that you had used Shadowbind earlier, and I don't want to forget that. So I'm burning a fear to have allowed him to escape from that.
I was just about to be like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I had a wait a minute moment too in my head a second ago. So yes, they start running towards you, and they are going to make the next attack with advantage. All right. Does a 17 hit you, Winnie?
Absolutely. I guess it does.
Okay. And by the way, advantage and disadvantage for the GM is the sort of traditional roll twice and take the higher result. Okay, so they're going to attack you immediately after and are defeated. Wait, immediately after that ally acts, they okay.
No,
So-
don't make those noises.
It has this like intense like look in its eyes. It looks all crazed and angry. It's marking its stress as it makes its bone crunching bite to have the gnoll make a savage bite attack against a target within melee range, which was you. And on a success, the target takes 2d20 physical or 1d20 physical damage, but because of its being spotlighted by the shaman, it is going to do double damage.
Jay, you or me?
In wolf, I
are
say
we
help.
are we close enough to be able to shield?
You can,
I'm
and that's
within
going to
melee
be
now, so
14.
okay.
14 to try to hit the fairy.
I will be your shield.
Okay.
Like, no. I won't contest it.
As you try to... Oh, my God.
Friendly play.
And then let me make sure I got them hyenas going on. I think I put on... Yeah, I got ritual music and stuff. Okay, cool.
I
So...
somehow mentally tell Naz that bringing these two guys was a great idea because nothing can touch me.
There you go. Okay, so you take the 14 damage, and then this creature, as it like bites into you, does it get good purchase, or do you burn like all your armor slots? How much damage do you take?
I'm gonna burn 1 armor slot.
So that
And then I'm also gonna burn 2 stress again to force them to mark a hit point with my revenge feature. So I'm like literally jumping in. I am your shield and your blade, and I just slash down at them.
So as you do that,
like,
it almost seems thrilled at the pain as its eyes widen and you see it start to shake and contort, and then its rib cage opens up and these smaller those weird eldritch horror things start crawling out of it. And suddenly there's these, there is, how many? Let's see, how many? Okay, so there are 4 minions now that have popped up. Ooh. Also, that was your fourth thingy thing that you did. So, because technically not an action, but I think we can all agree that jumping in the way of something to try to block it with your shield counts narratively as an action.
We can say that advantage is why I wasn't being contested by Tad.
Yeah. And so it bites into you and you cause it to sear with pain, but it almost is like riding it like a high, and it explodes. And then what you see next is oh, he's dead. There we go. Is the Hulk looks towards the shaman, and the shaman says, "Feed it. Feed it all of them. Feed it all to the entity." And it looks over at you, and it grabs some of these pups, throws them into the pit, and the shaman starts saying, Yes, you fools. You fools, you've only fed it more. As suddenly, everything goes silent for a moment. As if whatever's in this pit is eating the very sound in the cavern. And you look over, and you see that the shaman starts to convulse, and it breaks and snaps and twitches, and it just suddenly is lifeless. And then you see that the Hulk turns to you, and it's same thing. It just, as it breaks and snaps and becomes this lifeless, limp mound of flesh. And you see this hand that's like the amalgamation of gnoll bones and jaws grab the edge of the pit and grab the other edge of the pit, and it's this, and it has these like horns growing out of the top and just these razor sharp teeth, and it says delicious as it reaches out and it grabs the shaman as you guys are all trying to sink your blades into it, and it says mine, and it, and as it begins to swallow, you see that the pieces of this corpse that it's mashed up then just travel through the body and are incorporated in other parts of its body as it seems to grab the Hulk too and bite another chunk of the Hulk out and incorporate the Hulk into its body. And this guy is going to have a bonus for the number of people he ate. And I have tokens here too. Boop. And you
That
see...
was incredible.
You see, I'm getting the boss music, guys. I'm getting the boss music.
This second phase of this boss encounter is brought to you by Edit Entertainment.
Yeah.
No, not this one. Not this one. I know I have... Yeah, I think it's this one.
Yes.
Wait. Yeah, this one. This is the one I wanted.
I like.
Let me turn it down a little bit. And I'll do the other one too. Later. As the battle rages on, but this guy... I am hunger. As it leans over and looms, and it is like 12 feet tall. It's almost scratching the top of the cavern, the smaller cavern that you guys are in with its horns. And it looks down at you. Well, let's say they're like 20 feet tall, whatever. The cavern is 20 feet tall, and it's like 12 feet tall. Okay. And it looks over at you, and I am immediately going to spotlight it with my fear here. And I'll give you guys a second to say your prayers and think about what you want to say to your parents
Oslo,
before you
this
all
Hulk
say goodbye.
counts to me, okay?
No, I slashed it open to create it in first place. It is mine.
No clue. It could not have been eaten. I have not slashed its knees.
No,
You have no idea how important
you
that
do not
was.
remember. You're remembering
Nope.
falsely. You're too busy thinking of
All
birds.
right.
What are you saying
Alright,
against
so-
birds?
We are going to have this bad boy charge over at the darkness that it senses, and it crosses through towards Naz, and it is immediately going to try to attack you. Let's see. It is going
no.
to use...
No,
It's
you
going to
don't.
mark a stress to use its Jaws of Punishment. It is going to make a standard
me?
attack.
Without even knowing if it hits or not.
Is that allowed?
Ted will jump in front of it.
Okay, Tad, what I'll do is I will... I'll let you do that. I'll let you do that. So, Tad, I know for a fact that this thing is going to hit you. As it opens its jaws to try to grab Naz, you jump in the way, and it just clamps down and starts gnashing these teeth. And some of the teeth, they're not even teeth. They're like fibias and tibias that have been broken in half, and so it's like the pointy ends of the broken bones that are trying to dig into you. You are restrained, and it is going to do this many damage to you.
Oz shouts out from the other side.
13.
Finally, we are rid
does
of
eight-
him.
It does 18 damage.
That's fine. That's major. I will mark an armor slot and reduce it to minor. But, I mean, I'm restrained, but I'm in his mouth, right? So I'm really close to
Yeah.
all the vital organs.
So, in
Wonderful.
order to... Yeah, well, it is also an amalgamation of bones and shit, so... vital points is a debatable term here. But yes, you would need to make a strength roll to no longer be restrained by this thing.
I'm fine being here. If you would allow me to attack this thing.
Sure.
Are you okay, guys? If
By
I
the-
go next?
Yeah, absolutely.
However, here's the problem. It also has Relentless, and it has Terrifying. So, I need
course.
everybody to lose a hope as I gain another fear. And I get another action. So now that you are in its mouth, it's going to use its claw and try to attack. And I'm going to spend an extra fear to use Unstoppable Force to give myself a +2 on this attack roll. And
You do that.
let's see, does a
For sure.
13 hit Naz?
Yeah, just hits
Okay. Okay. I'm glad I spent the fear to have the experience, because that really would have made it broke it. Okay, great. So great for me. It is going to use. Yeah, it's going to use its ancient claws, and that's also going to be this much damage. That is going to be 10 plus 5, 15 damage to you.
Okay, that's major damage, so I'm gonna mark an armor slot and mark 1 HP.
Okay, as it just smacks you with these like shards of bone, and you are narratively you're knocked back a little bit, but mechanically nothing. Carry on.
Okay. So
Oh.
I know, Tad. I know you want. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
And everybody loses a hope, and I gain it.
Again? Oh
I'm
no.
at 0 anyways.
I'm at 0 hope. Yeah.
I will not ask for the hero. I'm going to sit here empty.
Yes, you have a cool idea.
Sorry. Yeah. So I think because he just knocked her back, she's gonna stand up, and essentially you're gonna see that her eyes go white, and dark mist starts like surrounding her horns as she totally gives in to the darkness.
Ooh.
And she is going to unleash chaos on
Do it.
this thing.
Sick.
Nice.
But not only that, but I'm also going to mark a stress to use manipulate magic, which allows me to do one of 4 things. And the thing that I'm choosing is that I'm gonna double one of my damage die if I hit. So I need to see if I hit first. So
Okay.
here we go. So here's my spellcast roll. I can't use my experience anymore. Boo. Oh, wait. Can I use one of the prayer dice?
If you want to, you know what I have to do.
You got to pay the
Which comes
price.
with a caveat.
It's a heavy cost.
Do you accept the Huron as your lord and savior?
I think as Naz is like preparing to go for the spell, she'll look over to. Oh, she'll look up because you're in
Into the
you're
mouth.
in its mouth, aren't you? She'll look up to the mouth and she'll be like, "Tad, for the love of Heron, help!" And then she's gonna.
May Huron bless you. What do you need? 1 or 3?
I'll go with the 3. That way, I want to guarantee that I hit that thing.
And that just
Does not
happens,
like
you know.
Huron.
Nice.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 3 stress, and that's gonna be a 20. It's gonna be a 26 with hope.
Okay.
Let's go.
So 26 with hope is definitely gonna hit.
So unleash chaos, is gonna be 2d10, but one of my d10s, I'm gonna roll the 2d10. Yeah, I'm gonna roll the 2d10s. I'll take one of the one number off of that, and then I'll roll a d20 because I get to double my one of the dice.
Okay.
If that because of the manipulate magic.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so that was that, and then I'm gonna mark a stress for the manipulate magic, and then I'm gonna roll d20. That was a nat 20, so that's 30 damage to that beast.
Oh shit.
Sick.
Whoa.
Okay. So 30 damage to this creature is
Wait, you rolled
going
a
to
10 and a
do.
20? Crazy.
Yeah, I rolled a 10 and a 20.
So you do major damage to it as it. And I'm going to. You didn't roll with fear, did you?
Hope.
I rolled with fear, but then I fearless to turn it into hope. So.
Sure. So what I do is I spend a fear to do a thing. Both to interrupt you, and then I'll spend another fear to make a standard attack on a target And that target is going to be Tadpole. And I'm going
As
to
it does
use...
this, I think Naz is gonna be like, "What the fuck? Heron is real?"
Yes,
spending
yes. Totally.
a third fear to use Ancient Hunger, its experience. And that is... I probably didn't even need to do that, but I wanted to make sure I did. It is hungry. It is ravenous. And it starts to gnash you between its teeth. And it uses its Devour the Weak fear ability.
Oh,
It
I'm not
is,
weak.
Yeah, no. Here's the thing, though. Good for you for not being weak, but on a hit, which it does, the target must mark a stress as the entity clears an HP by feeding on your vitality.
Oh, that's not nice.
And it says make a standard attack, so I think that if it did damage, it would just say the damage, right? Or how does that work? Let's double check
Okay.
that. I'm going to go ahead and say it doesn't do the damage because it already gave you the stress. And then if Gallus or Kayfabe want to tell me otherwise, they can tell me otherwise. All right, carry on. As it... And it clears
If you
an HP.
would allow, Ted is happy that... did I say Taz? I meant Ted. Ted is happy that Naz finally accepted his god. And this reinvigorates him. And he's like, yes, Heron, you helped him. And it was so glorious. Help me one more time to fulfill my destiny. And I will use my last prayer, either one, to give me one hope, which I will use to do my strength roll. I don't know if it's a reaction roll or a normal action roll to get rid of the restraint. You tell me.
Normal action roll, yeah.
Normal action roll. I will use that hope that I just got, to use my experience, slippery when wet. And I think I'm pretty wet right now with the saliva and such. And get myself +2 on this roll to get out of the restraint. That would be oh wait, that's a 9, 16, 18 with fear.
18 with fear. You will get out, and I do take that fear, though.
I know Spotlight goes back to you, so my action is gone. But I just want to say that I'm not falling down to the ground, but rather my wings are unfurling and I'm starting to fly. But Spotlight, back to you, my friend.
So it is going to take a swipe at you first. And it's just... His candy got away. You know what I mean? His candy got away.
I would be mad as well.
So
He is not that sweet.
that's going to be 8 + 4 for 12. And then that's going to hit you. And then the first attack is going to do 19 damage to you.
Oy, 19 is exactly my threshold for severe damage, so I will mark an armor slot and reduce it, get 2 damage for major.
And it is not done with Naz, who is still pretty close to it. It is going to take a swipe at Naz. Oh, by the way, everybody loses a hope, and I gain an additional fear. And that is going to be 14 plus stuff. Does that hit you?
Yeah, it hits me.
Okay. It's going to do... Man, Kayfabe and Gallus made something that was fucking hard. You have potions, though, everyone. That's going to be 13 plus 5 is 18.
Yeah, I'm gonna mark an armor slot, because that's severe. So I'm gonna mark an armor slot and then take 2 HP.
Okay, and I also want to chime in. Oh shit! It is add that damage. They said. So. Let's see here. As you take that, Tadpole, you would take 15 plus 5. Oh, god damn it. That's gonna... You know,
And
I already made that mistake. I'll correct that mistake later if I do it again in the future. I'm gonna give this to my players.
Just to keep somebody alive.
Yeah,
all right.
someone has to not die. Speaking of other players, I want to check in. I know Naz, you're doing something right now, and I want to let you resolve that. But right after that, I want to check in with Winnie and then Jay. So Naz, let's go ahead and resolve your action. 'Cause
Oh,
you were marking
I was just gonna say.
armor?
Yeah, no, yeah, I marked an armor slot and then did 2 HP, but I did want to say that while other things were happening, I did take the Porous Potion before. So rather than me be at 3 HP now, I'm at 2 HP, and then
Great.
I cleared 1 stress.
Great. Okay. And then we'll move over to Winnie. Winnie, what would you like to do?
Okay. I mean, this thing's what, 12 foot? Did you say?
Yeah, it's big.
And Tad is falling out of its mouth. I think in wolf, I'm just going to say again, and I will just lunge at it. But before I do that, ooh, don't mark HP, mark stress. You see, from like nose to tail, just a fire just erupts, and I'm now a flame. Still in wolf form, but on fire.
Wow.
And I will bite this motherfucker.
Bite this
so-
motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Please be good. 6 and 4 is 10. 12. Oh, it's only going to be a 12 with hope.
Okay. 12 with hope is not gonna hit him, as
Not going to hit him.
it like starts trying to swat at you, and you're not able to find purchase with your teeth. And I'm gonna let you keep it for a second.
Yeah,
you
I
as
will
the
say
party.
when. Yeah, I just want to mention that if any damage is dealt to me, they take 1d10 magic damage automatically. But I will prompt you if that happens. That's me.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right, and then next we'll do Oslo. Oslo.
All right. I am gonna I'm gonna become unstoppable. So
Okay.
I'm taking out my D. Where did I put my D4? Oh, here it is. Taking my D4. Basically, it's just this racking effect of damage and invulnerabilities and things that we can get into as it comes up. But I'm going to start running over towards this big gnoll. And I think, before anything else, I know everyone's very out of hope. Is there anybody in particular who needs hope for some ability that they want to use right now?
I would need hope for healing, but yeah, I think I'm the only one who is not healthy. I mean, no, Naz as well.
Yeah, y'all have taken a
Yeah, I
beating,
mean-
bro.
Yeah, I mean, there's only one spell that I would need hope for, but it's an AOE spell, so I'm not even gonna waste it. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
I will call out to Tad as I run forth, and I'm like, Ted, somehow you still live. Look within that pantheon that may only exist within your mind. Summon up whatever divine strength you can from the bird you worship, and let's kill this
heron.
thing together. And I'm gonna use
And
What do you mean together?
a soldier's
And
bond.
as you
Oh,
say
so
that, I know
before.
you're about to do a tag team roll, but as you say that, in your mind, you hear, as they talk about, like, hey, reach out to whatever is in your pantheon, you hear, use the feckin' portion!
And I'm gonna
carry on.
That's me using a soldier's bond. So we both gain 3 hope.
Yes. Thank you.
Oh, sick.
That's unreal.
I mean, Ted wouldn't say thank you, but thank you from us.
Okay.
I feel like it's a lot of like set up things, so I don't want to take too much. I would, if nobody else has anything right now, I would take a strike.
Go ahead.
Are we all cool with
yeah.
them taking a strike?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right. By the way, for everyone who's always worried about, like, what about the spotlight? How can I jump in? What if I'm hogging it too much? Watch and learn, as they literally just said, hey, can I do this? And everyone said, yeah. Carry on.
I am going to, yeah, I'm just gonna run up and swing at it.
Nice.
And I'm gonna go, Dad, live like me. Live for a beautiful death. And I'm going to use my experience, live for a beautiful death, to run at this massive monster and strike out at it.
Okay.
Oh my god. That's double 10s. That's a crit.
Sick.
Yes.
Okay. So, for the viewers at home, I was also just cleaning up my other enemy cards. For the viewers at home, rolling a crit in Daggerheart is rolling doubles on the dice. And they rolled 2 10s. When they do that, not only do they gain a hope and clear a stress, normally they would just gain a hope on a regular success with hope, but they gain a hope, clear a stress, and they're going to roll crunchy crits. Where if you were going to roll like a d8 plus 2, you just assume that your d8 rolled max, and then you get to roll the d8 again.
Okay, so 20, and then I've got 3, 7, so 30, 34 is my damage.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Amazing.
So that is going to do 1, 2, 3 damage to him, or 3 HP.
Hell
There's
yeah.
3 slots. And he roars in pain.
Oh, 35. Sorry, if that makes any difference.
No!
Perfect. Right after it roars in pain. Can I do my turn?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, guys.
I'll go after you if we don't.
No,
roll
wait.
with you.
I've just got 3 hope. I want to spend it. Who wants to do a tag team move?
Oh, done.
Do it,
I'm in.
Naz. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
Perfect. My idea is, Nico just explained that it's like the mouth is wide open. How wide is the width of this mouth? Wide enough.
Why don't
for-
you tell
for
me
Tadpole
what you
to go in?
wanted? Oh,
I
yes,
want to
yeah.
fly in there and smash my like everything.
Okay. So, yeah. We can even say, we can go ahead and if... You know what? No. I don't know why I'm guiding you on this roleplay. Naz, how do you engage with this tag team role?
So I think when Naz realizes that Tad is heading for the mouth, I'm gonna grab whatever like dark arcane magic, completely surrendering to that magic, throw it towards Tad, and it's gonna swirl around him to the point where his white wings now turn obsidian as he enters into the beast.
While entering, real quick, I'm not just slashing my way through his mouth. I will also want to grab my calming potion and just like boom, uncork it, just toss it into his mouth, and then start slashing.
Nice.
All right. So go ahead, both of you guys, roll your action roll.
Crit.
Oh,
Yes. 2 8s. 2 8s.
that's what it doesn't get better than that. All right.
Love.
Okay, so you run in there, and the those tendrils of shadow earlier that hurt it. By the way, Naz, because I know what you're doing narratively is like binding it with shadows or whatever, but why don't you go ahead and just roll like a standard attack, like so you can do damage as well.
Oh no, I was actually doing Unleash Chaos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Let's go.
And so remember, everyone does crunchy crits, so you are gonna do a fuck ton of damage.
Oh yes, I even used the hope that I got from the crit with my Wings of Light feature to add an extra D8 to my attack.
Oh my god.
Ooh, okay, when your wings of light open up.
Hey Ron, can you hear it?
It's real.
He's guiding my flight. Yes.
And
So that'll be
So I'm doing
2d10
16
on
flat,
my
and then I roll.
yeah.
33
You
for
know what?
myself.
I'm also gonna mark a stress to double one of my d10s.
Oh yeah, please.
Do it. Do it.
No time like the present.
Wait. Okay, so that's that.
So
and
for
that.
now, while you do the math, Azu, how much damage have you done total?
33.
Whoa. Okay. And Naz, how much damage have you done total?
So, I'm guessing I'll double the. Do I take the max of the? What is it? It's the max of the D10 and D20 then, or is it the D10 and D10, which is the base?
Good question.
So
Damage.
the doubling of a die or whatever, you know, like the tack on, like I mark a stress to whatever in addition to, that is like secondary. So you do all the
Okay.
crunchy crit things, and then on top of that, you know, add an extra D10 or whatever it is.
Okay, so the it'll be it'll be like
Martha's
hang
heart.
on.
A lot
Sorry.
of number crunching going on here.
Let
Sorry.
me tell you this. Pause. If it's at least 20, if it's at least 20,
Wait,
and I'm assuming it's 20 something, right?
Oh yeah.
That is more than double his
Yes.
severe damage threshold. So I'm
Blaze
even going
the
to save
massive
you the
damage.
trouble and
Yeah.
say, you guys just start tearing bones, start ripping off of its form, and you throw this potion and it's trying to like swat you and fight you off, but the four of you are all jumping on it and you're hacking with your axes, and it's roaring, and I have a cool sound effect for the roar too. It sounds like let's see.
Witness me, Oslo. That is my kill.
Yes, and it starts trying to
no.
smack at you, and it starts trying to like hit at you, but you start like tearing more bones away, and it starts to like lose its constitution as its form starts to become formless, and you rip its jaws open, and you pour this potion down, and you see it trickling through all the bones and viscera that make up its body, and it starts to like go slower and start to become sluggish as you guys like, you just don't stop. You guys are on like a high, and you're just like as this thing just starts to flatten and turn into more and more mush, and you, especially our magical folks here, realize you have slain the entity of savagery.
Hero reigns supreme.
What an unreal finish, guys.
And let's see here.
I did finalize the math, by the way. It was 39.
Nice. And so victorious music plays as you realize, like, we've done it. And you guys do that thing where, like in an action movie, you know, like you all walk out of the burning building all sweaty and stuff, but
Covered in
instead
blood.
you're covered with like entrails and intestines and like little body parts and shit. And you're all walking in slow motion. Yes. And the elder says, "Thank you. You've saved our tribe, and I can't tell you how much we appreciate you. We will throw a feast. Yes, we'll throw a feast to celebrate you. Thank you. What do we call you? What do we call your group?"
I cover Tad's mouth.
And tune in next time to find out what our name is.
I would love the cut to black as immediately Oz goes no, and it just cuts to black.
As he's like, and then cuts to black. All right, and on that note, congratulations, y'all. You have finished Blood and Brotherhood by Etten Entertainment, aka Enter the Gnoll Hole. Round of applause for y'all.
Yay! Round of applause for Etten too,
Mhm.
and round of applause for Nico.
Oh, thank you.
Rounds
Round of applause for everyone involved.
Thank you.
So
Yeah, you guys nailed it.
we are going to spend the last 10 minutes just sort of ironing a couple of things out, like things like Stars and Wishes, which is like an excellent avenue for feedback. We're also going to let everybody go ahead and do their own plugs for what it is that they do or something that they'd like to promote. I also, before we go into that and then end up just ending the stream before I remember to say this, so I want to say, first of all, thank you to Etten Entertainment, which is Kayfabe and Gallus, who wrote this adventure. They were fantastic. I want to thank everyone's partners who are watching this for also helping us with the volumes and things like that. Deeply appreciate y'all for being here. All the homies who just clicked on the link and hopped in, even if it was for a few minutes. If you see this later, I appreciate you doing that. The Heart of Daggers community has been phenomenal. We have in total, I think there's like myself and 12 other people that are collectively making this up. This is the first of something. And I just want to say that one of the best reviews I've seen on a burlesque show that a friend of mine produced was, it was like this glowing review, and then at the end they said something along the lines of like, you have accomplished something fantastic, and now your next task is to do it again. And we have people who are artists and graphic designers, and we have some, I think based on how this went, that we have some really cool stuff coming up, and I'm very, very excited about it. We're also going to have like rotating GMs and different styles of adventure, and maybe in the future we do something more grandiose where there's like a shared world or something. But for now, I think it's more fun to just let people run around, just kids in a playground, just run around and do wacky bullshit and stuff. And then someday we'll start like doing little Easter eggs where we tie stuff together. And then all the fans go, oh, let me put that in the wiki page about how that thing from that one adventure they were in came out in this one adventure that they're in now. But other than that, let's see. Let me make sure I properly thank everyone. I would like to thank, besides everyone in the stream, which is myself and Azu and Red and Jay and Alan. I also want to thank Kayfabe Event Entertainment, Mari, who is recently joined on. I want to also thank Gallus, who is also of Entertainment. I want to thank MIA Monk, who is going to be one of our artists, along with Mari, who I mentioned earlier, and also Sina, who is, in addition, going to be another one of our artists. We've also got other just homies on homies. We have so many friends, apparently. I'm Nico DeGaio. I have been your GM today. I'm a professional actor, voice actor, burlesque host, and burlesque performer, and comedian, and I just do a bunch of stuff, and I'm a paid GM. I know some people think that that's weird. I also think like, hey, I get paid to make funny voices too. Where's the line? I also, I'm going to be doing, I do a ton of content on YouTube. I make posts regularly about TTRPG stuff on Blue Sky. I have a podcast, talk show style podcast about Daggerheart. Daggerheart's a Heart with Gethin, aka the Welsh GM. Coming up soon, we're going to have episodes that are going to be featuring Carlos Cisco as well as Mike Underwood as they talk about some of the stuff they're coming out with. I want to say thank you again to Matt of Heart of Daggers for having this amazing platform.
Matt.
Was that Matt? Is that who Matthew Harvey is?
Yes.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
You
Look.
can just know his...
I see.
There he is. Awesome. And then the last few projects I want to throw out there are, I mentioned that I have an OnlyFans. It's true. It wasn't just a bit. And I'm going to be starting in the latter half of this year a once a month or once every other month short miniseries, 6 episodes. Myself and some other people who are burlesque performers, essentially we play Daggerheart, and then we take off outfit pieces, and as we take off each outfit piece, it grants advantage or disadvantage on the next roll that somebody makes. It's a very fun mechanic, because essentially it's like the orc scores a critical hit, and it's about to cut your head off, and then they say, no, it doesn't, and then I have to re-roll the die. And then we split the tips that we make, and we act as if we have an additional person sitting at the table. The additional person is a charity of sex workers educating and empowering Texans, and they offer emergency financial services and education services and all kinds of other things that help make life better for people who are in that industry, because life already sucks and society having a horrible stigma against them doesn't make it any better. So I'm sorry that I went on for so long, but there was a lot to say. Everyone, you have equal amount of time to say all the amazing things that you do. Let's go ahead and start with Alan. Oh, by the way, my handle is It's Nico DeGaio, at It's Nico DeGaio. And if you want to find me and all of my socials, linktree.com, or however it is you write Linktree, /ITSNICODEGALLO, as it's written below me. Take it away, Alan.
I'm not going to take too much time because there's really not much that I'm doing right now. I will say that I am working on a campaign frame, which I am very excited about. I'm not going to tease much, but I will say that the genre is an urban fantasy, and it is inspired by my home country, so that's kind of exciting. I'm not really active on socials, but I did open or like create a Blue Sky very recently. I believe my Blue Sky is Worlds by Alan instead of Stories by Alan. And that I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, I mean, you can follow me on Threads at Stories by Alan, and then Blue Skies Worlds by Alan, and that's basically it. Ooh, there's thunder outside. I guess it's storming. There you go.
Spooky.
Perfect timing.
And then next, let's go ahead and jump down to our player who played Winnie, Queen Red, the Red Queen.
Yes, the woman of many names, Red Queen Winnie. I'm Steph. Mine's going to be much shorter than Nico's, unfortunately, because I'm less exciting. I'm just a nerd. I'm just a nerd. I do a bit of creative writing on the side. I've just released up the nerds. I've recently just written a campaign frame, which you can find on Heart of Daggers. It's called Tidebound, which is sort of themed around Waterworld and One Piece. So if you're into pirates and chaos on the seas, then check it out at Heart of Daggers. Also, because chaos seems to be a theme of my life, I've done a Wild Surge table recently. So if you want to add a little bit of chaos and spice into your Daggerheart games, fully Daggerheart compatible. So that's what I'm into at the minute. Other than that, I just work, love my dog. The end.
Beautiful. And let's pass it off to Jay. Are you comfortable going? Go for it.
All right. Hang on. Let me first of all shout out to the dog who made the very loud noise. Let me just put her down.
I'll go ahead and put
there we go.
Gentle music in the background.
Yeah, I'm. You can find me everywhere, either at jaybirdgames or at jaybirdthings. I'm here on Twitch. For those of you on the Twitch side of things, I do not stream often, so I wouldn't check back very often. I will be working on some stuff for an upcoming campaign frame. You can check out Starbreaker on Heart of Daggers, and I've got another one coming out soon-ish. That's more about like sky adventure and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna be doing some adventures after that.
Ooh.
And then hopefully getting back into YouTube, but that's not anywhere near far enough to promote. So I'm just happy to be here.
Well, if you ever do get around to doing the YouTube thing, let's collaborate.
Absolutely. You can go watch my two videos.
People have told me they really like collaborating on my videos because they literally need to speak for like a minute or less, and then they don't even have to edit it. They just send me the 1 minute, and then boom, like a day or two later, there's a short with them. All right, and then let's wrap up with Azu the Bard.
All right, since you offered it, let's collaborate. Soon,
yeah,
not
I'm super down.
All right. Hello, everyone. Azu, my name. I'm one part of a little group we call ourselves Azu and the of course, Bard and Raven, not Azu the Bard. Bard and Raven, my partner and I, we are also bringing out Daggerheart supplements and adventures. There are currently 2 paid adventures out there that are really awesome. You should check them out. It's cozy fantasy with a village of cute animals that need your help. Also, just 2 days ago, we published a adventure for free RPG days in Germany. You can get all of this on Heart of Daggers. You should check it out if you haven't already. Yes, I think I didn't mention it. I'm a Daggerheart designer and writer, and also a GM and player, and I love the system. And perhaps you see me more often here. Let's hope. That should be it. My handle is directly below my name. I saw this little blue sky thingy, sirazu.bsky.social. Yes. Find me there.
Yeah, if you're lucky, everyone's handle is basically just the same thing across all social media profiles. And if you're not lucky and you didn't get to grab that branded thing, bummer. My advice is everybody find one handle that isn't taken on all the platforms, and then unify. That way it's easier, because people are lazy and they will complain about it. The number of times I've had people go like, I'm not going to look at your stuff because your link isn't in your bio on Discord. And I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know it was going to be that hard. Like, I thought I wrote it out, but they can't. It's not a clickable link, and they get mad about it. Anyway, so that has been our very first Heart of Daggers community-based stream. We have not come up with an official name for ourselves. We're still putting that to a vote. We have like a list of a bunch of stuff. We are definitely going to do another one of these in the future. I'm really, really looking forward to seeing other people GM, and I'm looking forward to getting to be a player myself. I will GM as much as is needed, but I definitely, I'm also looking forward to getting to be a player and doing silly stuff. There was something I wanted to say. Check back soon. And for now, until we have like an established YouTube channel for these streams, you can find the rest, like the future upcoming ones for as long as that takes. We'll be streaming them on Jaybird's Twitch and my YouTube channel. I'll be also posting it as a video on demand so everyone can watch it later. Okay, everybody, this has been fantastic. Thank you so much. And Jay, if you want to leave our thanks for watching screen up for a little while with whatever music you would like to play, as we everyone do a fun little pose and smile at the camera so someone can take a screenshot. Please, somebody take a screenshot. Okay, and okay.
That's
All right. See y'all later.